That's what I was thinking. I was like, there's no way they just started in the Vietnam War.
Listen, the National Museum of African American History and Culture says it started in Vietnam. If you want to take it up with them,
I would love to, because my granddad was born in 1927.
I don't want to doubt
the
lived experience of your father, but also Ebony Magazine claims that it was developed in Vietnam. Welcome back to Macrodosing. It is Thursday. It's August 6th. Today's episode is brought to you by Stella Blue. I had a can of Stella Blue for breakfast today. They get the ready-to-drink canned lattes. You can taste the difference and make a difference. The cans are made with 100% Colombian coffee. They're packed with 190 milligrams of caffeine to fuel your day. So if you're heading to work, the gym, on a road trip, or if you just need a better afternoon pick-me-up, Stella Blue delivers smooth taste wherever you are. Now it's easier than ever to keep your fridge stocked because Stella Blue canned lattes are available. They have convenient 4-packs, and the best part is 100% of proceeds will go towards the Brew to Rescue mission. We're funding the adoption of 1,000 pets across the country. Check it out, 4-pack, espresso sweet cream or espresso cafe mocha today, StellaBlueCoffee.com. Once you try them, you'll understand why they're the best canned lattes out there. Check them out. They're in Circle K and 7-Elevens around the country. Go to the store locator on StellaBlueCoffee.com to find a store near you. Welcome back to Macrodosing. It is Thursday. It is August 6th. Arian's back. We're all back. Excited to be back on the podcast airwaves, on the internet airwaves. A lot of stuff going on right now. Arian, first of all, welcome back.
Thanks, man.
Welcome back. Congratulations on your Brewers. Your Brewers.
they never lose.
They never lose.
Oh, it's just a coincidence I had his hat on. I didn't even know. I forgot. Honestly, there's so many dubs in the season that it's another win for us. It doesn't matter.
You just never lose. You're going to win the World Series. I am going to be rooting for the Brewers this postseason. I think just anybody but the Dodgers. If you're an American, you got to be rooting hard against the Dodgers.
I agree wholeheartedly with that, and I hope we see their ass again. I'm saying it right now. I hope we see their ass again because we didn't show up last time we played them in the playoffs.
No, you didn't.
No, we did not show up. It looked like my little league team in the championship. Something happened. They just didn't show up. But it's all right.
Dodgers have lost 5 in a row.
It's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Big T, are you believing the conspiracies about collusion?
You're talking about for Skubal?
For Skubal, yeah.
Here's my thing when it comes to that. It does sound like the Tigers wanted, for some reason, to trade him to the Dodgers, even though other teams had packages that may have been as good, if not better.
Mm-hmm.
But why would Major League Baseball want an outcome that all of the fans hate?
Okay.
That feels like bad business.
That's a good question. The theory is that if the Dodgers win another World Series, everybody, all the fans of the teams that are not the Dodgers will say, we actually need a salary cap. And fans will say, in order to make the game not so slanted in favor of the major markets, the Los Angeles Dodgers, the New York Yankees, we need to have a salary cap because otherwise our favorite teams don't have a chance at the start of every year. And if the Dodgers win again, people will say that. They'll say, like, the Dodgers they buy everybody, even though, like, this is a trade. Anybody could have traded for Skubal. Now, granted, a team like the Dodgers is more likely to trade for him because they can afford to keep him around after renting him for a little bit. But fans of other teams will say that it's not fair. The Dodgers can just buy everybody. The Yankees can buy everybody. And then public sentiment would be on the side of the ownership who's asking for a salary cap in the next CBA, and the players are saying absolutely no salary cap.
I guess that does make a modicum of sense.
It's like they're trying to break the sport so that they can fix it and rebuild the entire financial structure in a way that maximizes profits for the owners. And in reality, the problem is the owners that aren't spending any money at all. Those are the problems. Like, if you're going to buy a baseball team, try to win. The dirty secret in baseball that's been figured out by, feels like half the league, over the last 25, 30 years, you don't have to be good to make money. You don't have to be good at all. You don't even have to try to be good to make money owning a baseball team.
I mean, most of it's TV. That doesn't matter what your record is anyway.
Right. The TV rights, the TV deal goes everywhere. And you have so many games that even if you don't have, more than a handful of fans coming out, you still make a little bit of money off the gate, a little bit of money off the concession. But the real money comes from the TV rights, and it comes from the equity in the team increasing over the years. So if you don't do anything and you own a baseball team or just any sports team, you're going to be able to sell that team in a few years and make a handsome profit over whatever you put in, because with the TV rights, the money of owning the value of owning a franchise just keeps going up. So you don't have to compete. You don't have to win World Series. You don't have to have playoff games. You don't have to sell a ton of merchandise. If you have a fuckload of money, you can buy a baseball team, and it's going to be a good investment no matter what you do. Even if you're openly disdainful towards your own fan base and your customers, even if you give them double birds and you say, we're going to trade away all of our good players, we're never going to sign anybody to an extension, our ticket prices are going to go up year after year after year, it doesn't matter. They're going to make money off of it. And then every time the CBA comes up for ratification, they're going to pretend to be poor, and they'll say, we got to do something to change the sport because we're losing money. Here's the thing. People wouldn't be lined up to buy sports teams if they weren't an awesome investment. You would not see the richest people in the world and in the United States tripping over their own penises to buy a sports team if it was a bad investment that would cost them money in a couple of years. So my take is either open up all your books, show us all the revenue, and then and only then can you have an honest conversation about what the next CBA should look like, or stop pretending that you're poor, because you're not.
Agreed.
That's where we're at.
Ain't most of these teams just their hobby anyway?
Yeah, some are hobbies. Some are like almost they buy a baseball team like you or I might buy a nice car, like one that you work on, hypothetically, like an El Camino.
Sometimes you buy one that just doesn't work.
And sometimes you buy one that doesn't work. But this would be like if I could sell my El Camino. I've put in about 66% of the total cost of the El Camino. I put that back into it, fixing it up. So I'm investing in my team.
And this is excluding the aesthetics, like the interior.
Correct.
I'm talking about just making that motherfucker run.
Making it run. We had to do a complete rebuild of the franchise. And I'm investing because I want a winning team. I'm in win now mode. Okay?
Yeah.
At some point, I'm going to get to a stage in life where I don't need to win now, and I just want to get rid of it. I'm not worried about winning. Right now, I'm in my championship window, and so I'm investing in my team. We're making upgrades. We're buying at all the deadlines. It feels like there's a lot of deadlines, and I'm buying at all of them. And we're trying to get a great team on the field. It would be like if I bought that car and no matter what, I just kept it in my garage and went out and like pissed into the truck bed once every 6 months. And then in 3 years, I can sell it for double what I paid for it. That's the way that some owners are treating baseball teams.
It's usability plus its likability plus its usage.
Mm-hmm.
Equate your car to a baseball team right now.
Yep. I try to take it out for the summer, and it works about 60% of the days of the summer. So it's a pretty similar to a baseball team.
I do think baseball.
No, I'm saying pick a baseball team.
If my car was a baseball team,
The Mets.
Car was a baseball team.
Spent a ton of money, and then it didn't work, and you had to rebuild it from the ground up. It's still probably never going to work.
Tell me what you saw when you drove into work this morning.
I saw your car.
There we go. Thank you. So it worked.
It worked today.
It worked.
It wasn't running.
It could have been towed in. I just hop in the car, call a tow truck. Hey, can you tow me to work today? I'm going to ride.
Well, there's no telling how long it's been here.
It's been here for about 3 hours.
Also,
Okay.
not to keep bringing this up, it is Wednesday. Are you not just trying the walk thing anymore?
The back threw a real wrench into that.
What happened to your back?
The back injury.
What happened there?
I've had a bad back for the last few years, and then sometimes I tweak it. Like last year in the summertime, I tweaked it at the Ryder Cup.
Got it. Well, and we have the Internet Invitational coming up. Like,
Yeah.
you can't be at risk for that.
Right. So I tweaked it last week. I don't think I told you guys this,
No,
but
I don't think you did.
I could not get out of bed on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of last week. Like it took me about 25 minutes to get out of bed on Wednesday.
I don't know if that's a tweak.
No, it was fucked up. It was like fully fucked.
What'd you do?
What's actually wrong with it?
So I got the like a herniated disc in my back, and it all stems from the fact that I'm a freak. I was born without like a full set of vertebrae because my last vertebrae it's fused to like my tailbone or whatever.
I do remember that.
So it throws all the discs off in alignment, and also cost me about like 2 inches. So I should be like 5'11", which means I could tell people I'm 6 feet tall. I should be 6 feet tall. But because that's all fucked up, if I tweak it, if I step wrong on it or do something that I shouldn't do, it really throws off everything about how I move. Like your lower back is connected to everything. So like getting out of bed was pretty much impossible last week. And then finally got to the point where I figured out how to get out. Took like a steroid pack, which was crazy. And the side effects of that are like, hey, this is going to make you grumpy, and it's not going to let you sleep.
Somebody's a text this morning. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not taking them anymore.
Oh.
So it did that. Finally got to the place where I could get out of bed, and then I did dry needling, which you ever have that, Arian?
Oh yeah.
I like it. It helped.
Yeah, it like makes you twerk a little bit, especially
Yeah.
if you get it back there. Makes the muscles jump. I don't know, like long term. I think it's short term. It does help, but like long term, I don't think it's that. I have to look at the data, but you feeling better, man?
Yeah, whatever it was, like I know it's probably not the long term solution to it, but just being able to like get up and get out of bed is fantastic.
Aging kind of gets a bad rap too, dog, because when I was younger and you get all these injuries, it's just because I'm active and shit like that. But I knew some younger cats who would play hoops, 20 years old. So they would get injuries, and it just is what it is. It's part of it. But as you age and you get those injuries, the age becomes the reason why. When I don't think that's necessarily the case. Like I think you sit down a lot in a chair.
Mm-hmm.
You probably sit a lot of time in a chair, and you probably don't do a lot of corrective exercises to mitigate that.
That's probably fair. Yeah. I mean, I was pretty active. Until the back really started to flare up in the last couple of years, I would work out like 5 times a week, 4 minimum. So like I was doing a lot of exercise and trying to stay healthy. And then but once the back goes, it's like you can't do anything. You can't go to the gym. You can't run. You can't jog. You can't even do upper body exercises because it's all connected and it goes through your back. And so I'm just trying to get back to a place where I can work, and I can walk to work. Like I would love to be able to do that. Because it's like it's just good overall for your entire your mentals. It's tough when you're not able to get out of bed. But now we're back. I got the dry needling. I'm going to look into some sort of cortisone shot too to see if we can kill what's left of the pain for the time being. And then just doing a bunch of physical therapy and exercises, which I try to do anyways. Like I was doing a bunch of yoga. I was doing all kinds of stuff trying to keep those core muscles strong. But
Pilates will do you good too.
Pilates. I'm going to do all the above, and hopefully we can limit all the flare ups that way, because it's like once a year. It'll just take me out for a week, and that sucks. But yeah, so let this be a message to everybody out there. If you're in your 20s, do a lot of like low impact core strengthening exercises. Mix that in with the heavy weights that you're lifting. You're getting the gains. I know you kids at the gym, you're in the squat rack, you're on the bench press. You're trying to just see if you can join the 1,000-pound club, whatever. Mix in a couple crunches every now and again. Mix in some Pilates. Mix in some yoga.
Let me double down on that and say you don't need to be doing no heavy weights at all. For what? There's no reason to do heavy weights except to impress the homies or some females.
Yep. Well, that's
pretty
important.
Nah, because you can even do that. I'm saying in the gym. I mean, you can get the beach body without doing heavy weight.
It is true, yeah.
You could literally squat 135 the entire time, and you can literally bench 135 the entire time and get super ripped if you know what you're doing.
Yep. That's
You
my
do heavy weight stuff.
my one lesson to younger self. Take care of your back. Because when it works, you don't think about it at all. And when it doesn't work, then everything falls apart.
That's all you think about.
It's all you can think about. So yeah, we're on the road to recovery. I actually went out. The real cruel twist in all this was I was playing the best golf of my life, ready for the Internet Invitational. Went out there, shot an 88 at a tough course. Even could have been better. I know I say that a lot, but it could have been better. Shot an 88. I think I parred like almost half the holes, which is like incredible for me. Like I felt good. Next day I went out, shot a 42 on 9 holes, felt really good. And then it was like while I was putting, just hinging my back, getting in that spot, it was like something went wrong right there. And I don't know what it is. So then all that happened last week. And then fast forward to yesterday, I finally felt good enough, went out to the course, was able to get 9 in, shot another 42. So we're back. Internet Invitational next week. That's what's going to be the toughest part of the Invitational is after we film, can't talk about it until mid-November, early November. I don't know when this one's coming out, but it takes months. There's so much footage.
He fucking means that too. He wouldn't even tell me what happened last year.
No, I'm
fucking dick.
Like you have to sign NDAs on NDAs on NDAs, and since there's so much money that's involved and sponsorship money, they can't have it spoiled. It would be really bad.
Who was I going to tell, Eric? Who was I going to tell?
Maybe you have a couple glasses of wine at one of your little golf tournaments, and
one of my little golf
one of your little golf tournaments that you go to with your friends.
You the king of passive aggression, man.
Your little golf tournament. Maybe Tony Romo was hanging out with you. You're hitting the bar together after the tournament's over, and you guys share an Uber back, or he asks you to drive him back, and you're having a little conversation on the way, and you're like, yeah, yo, you know what's crazy is the guys that do that Internet Invitational, $4 million on the line. Don't say anything, Tony. But Jersey Jerry won. And then next thing you know, we got Steelers Broncos on CBS week 9 or whenever. And Tony Romo was like, Jim, you know, my guy Jersey Jerry just won the Internet Invitational. Good for him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Think he's going to be back by week 9?
Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. It does seem to me like CBS saw an excuse to get rid of the contract.
Oh, you think he's done?
I think if he wasn't getting paid as much as he is, he'd probably be back. But the fact is, like, he has a huge contract, and people were already asking questions about, like, does he even really care about his job anymore? Because when he started, everybody loved him. And then there were some sources that leaked out last year that CBS internally was not happy with the job he was doing. And that doesn't happen. That never happens if you have like a star of your network. You don't get those leaks to like Awful Announcing in the New York Post or whatever saying that you're not working hard unless somebody in there is actually upset with you. So he signed a 10-year, $180 million contract in 2020.
I don't get that.
I said the same thing, Big T. I
just looked up Tom Brady's. Do you remember what Tom Brady got?
It's probably similar.
Like 300.
It is not similar. 10 years, 375.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
$37 million a year. And people don't like him doing the games.
He was better last year.
People don't like anything, bro. People don't like anything.
That's true.
Like why would you not like Tom Brady breaking down football?
Well, I think his first year he was new at it. It was something he hadn't done, and Greg Olson, I think people really enjoy. He's Fox's number 2 guy.
I would rather listen to Tom Brady, who sucks at commentating, doesn't understand the cadence or whatever, talk about football than anybody else. What are we talking about?
Aaron, I would too. The problem is I don't necessarily believe that Tom Brady is always being completely unbiased and truthful with everything that he says.
Give me an example.
Well, for his first year, he didn't seem like he was super comfortable with it. And that's fine. Everybody, you go to a new job, there's going to be a learning curve there. But his learning curve just happened to be on the number 1 team, on the A team of Fox Broadcasting. So like, there's a little less tolerance for somebody not being immediately good at it. Cause obviously in the recruiting process, he would have had to do some simulated games where he like pretends to call a game. So I don't know why he got off to such a slow start, but he's also the owner or part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. To the point where he was like sitting in the booth listening to play calls during some of their games last year. Like he's actively involved in the day-to-day decision-making of the Raiders. I don't necessarily think that he is going to be 100% honest and open with the viewing audience about his team and about other teams in the NFL, because there are conflicts of interest like everywhere, like certain players on certain rosters, certain coaches, certain relationships that a guy that you work with on the Raiders has with like a coach that he worked with 10 years ago when he was somewhere else. Like there's a lot of moving parts, and I don't necessarily think that Tom Brady is always. Also, he's probably thinking about fighting one of the Paul brothers or something. So that'll probably be a nice storyline we can look forward to.
How did that happen?
He's involved with like the Michael Rubin Fanatics cinematic universe, and so the Paul brothers and him were at whatever that thing was, Fanatics Fest in New York.
Don't say that thing like you don't know what Fanatics Fest
I forgot
is.
the name of it for a second, where they were pretending to get into a fight, and I'm sure at some point soon Tom Brady is going to try to wrestle Logan Paul on WWE, and it'll be like a storyline. It seems like everything with him, he's always thinking of the next business move. I don't necessarily get 100% authentic feeling from Tom Brady, even when he's calling games.
Yeah, I guess we just agree to disagree there.
But when he's explaining, he's really good. I will agree with that.
That's what I'd be taught. But when I watch I guess I just watch it from a different lens. But like when I watch the game, that's what it is. I'm breaking down shit in my head, and to hear him do it on a different level is interesting. Well, it's kind of like a little bit rudimentary, but he's breaking it down better than most people can break it down.
Now, what do you think about the idea that like a former backup quarterback would be a better coach in a lot of cases than a former Hall of Fame quarterback?
I think coaching is a very arbitrary I'm not 100% sold on like good coaches versus bad coaches per se. I more look at it like how can and if this is what you mean by coaching, then I would agree. But like how can you like reach people, right? I do believe there are better personalities in that case. I don't think the variable of Hall of Fame versus backup has anything to do with it. I think that's just a personality trait. So like Bill Belichick, everybody agrees he's a great coach, but when you take out Tom Brady, you take out key players, I don't think he's as heralded, right?
Mm-hmm.
But those variables matter: who the players are, how you reach those players, how you teach those players. So I think there's a bunch of different variables in gauging a good coach versus a bad coach. I wouldn't necessarily say your pedigree when it comes to being a professional has a lot to do with it.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think I would be a better football coach than you.
Yes,
right. But that's because I just know the game on a different level. But when it comes to like a Tom Brady versus, I went to high school with a cat named Jim Bob Cooter. Right, Bob Cooter. I think he's the OC for somebody right now. Detroit, maybe.
You went to high school with him?
No, college.
Oh,
That's
yeah. I was like, because he also went to UT. Yeah.
No, I meant to college. I meant college. But like, like he knows the game at a very high level. Like, do I think he's a better coach than like a Tom Brady? Like, I'd all be contingent on how you reach people, how you teach people. Can you mitigate and manage personalities? Because when it comes down to it, every play is scripted to score. You know what I mean? Like there's not many coaches that just have you just totally outthought the other. Like sometimes, yeah, sometimes that does happen where you have a better game plan. Every now and then. But for the majority of, like, what I found interesting in the NFL, I might be a little long-winded here, but what I found interesting in the NFL was every coach comes from a coaching tree, right? So you have like the Shanahan coach tree, which came from like I think Joe Walsh eventually, and everybody like kind of puts their own little spin twist up. But there's like I don't know, like 5, 6, 7 different coaching trees that you come from.
Right.
So there's
I think it's Bill Walsh. I think Joe Walsh was the singer of the
I meant Bill
Eagles.
Walsh. Yeah. But it all comes from a certain offensive philosophy, whether you want to do flood concepts, whatever kind of concepts, zone, down and around schemes, whatever. All that is kind of, you've seen it all before. And so what you do, what I think a good coach does is you match up personnel. How can I isolate this person on this person?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that it's who does that better, knowing because like I played in Coob's system. Coob's system was very rare. He took like he'll take a personnel matchup and try to exploit that. That was rare. He did it, but it was rare. He was like, my system is what it is, and the shit works if you run it correctly. And he wasn't wrong, but I feel like he missed a lot of opportunities. And it's no disrespect to him. I think he was a great coach. But I think his style of coaching is very different than like who's the cat that was he's with Bill O'Brien, but Bill O'Brien did a good job of this, of exploiting matchups. That was his philosophy. Let me see my personnel, right? But anyway, I say I'd say it just depends, dog. Like once you get to a certain level, it's more players, and coach relationship than it is anything else.
Yeah, I think that I think a lot of times because I was trying to relate it to somebody that was an analyst on TV, and a lot of times the best players are also, it's a combination of being usually pretty sharp mentally and understanding the game, but also physically being having some sort of difference maker, like whether you're faster than everybody, stronger, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of times that can mask something that you might lack in terms of like fully understanding the game. So sometimes the people that have to do more with less physical ability understand it better and are able to then explain it better to a player or to an audience. Now, Tom Brady, obviously, I think he's probably both. In fact, I would say with Tom, physically not as gifted as Aaron Rodgers, physically not as gifted as
which I got flack for
Patrick Mahomes
some years back. I'm just saying.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Physically not as gifted as John Elway. Physically not as gifted as Dan Marino. Physically not as gifted as Josh Allen. But the way that he understood the game and the way that he worked, like that actually he was so good at that part of the game that it actually made him the best quarterback of all time. So,
and see, I think you're 100% correct, but I think the average backup quarterback in the NFL can sit down and break down a defense just as good as a Tom Brady.
Yeah,
in my opinion. And it's not a slight against Tom Brady. That's just how they get taught and how they study film.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they do. Like they're taught to, as soon as you break the huddle, you look at the safeties to see what the safeties are doing. And then you notice tendencies from the defensive coordinator that you're playing. You notice tendencies from the corners that you're playing. Okay, they're more likely to do this. In this system, they do this. The safety walks down. They're probably going to get covered through, whatever the case may be. Most quarterbacks can break down. Yeah, I would say the majority of quarterbacks can break down defenses like that, which is why the coaching aspect of it, I think that's more about personality and how you reach people.
I think Chase Daniel is like one of the best guys in media right now at doing that stuff.
Yeah, he can break it down.
Yeah.
Boy, I played with Dan Orlovsky, right? Was like a perennial backup, right? Had a stint, but when you see him break down film, he knows exactly what he's talking about. It's because they spent years and years just drilling that shit. Like you wake up in the morning, you get coffee, they wake up in the morning talking about cover 2. Like that's it's second nature to them. So they're just good at what they're really good at that. They get taught that.
I think if you're CBS, you probably are looking at Tony Romo and his recent arrest and saying, this is an easy way for us to get out of all that money, though. And I agree with Big T. Like, I don't I don't know why you have to pay guys that much money. I think so. Knowing what I know about the sports media biz, I think it's more about the fact that they have to go to these things called upfronts, which is where you like talk about your company and here's the shows that we have, here's the stars we have working for us. We would love for you to be a presenting sponsor of whatever our premier product is. And if they have a big name like a Tom Brady, they can push that guy out there at these ad presentations and be like, you're not, when you're giving Fox and the NFL on Fox $20 million for whatever ad buy you're doing, you're not just buying the NFL, you're getting Tom Brady delivering it. And I feel like that sizzle like puts it over the top, which is why they justify spending that much money on contracts. But I'm kind of with you, Big T. Like I would not watch less football if Tom Brady wasn't
particularly the Fox 4:30, like America's game of the week, if it's Packers Bills.
Yeah.
Like nobody's watching that because Tom Brady is calling it.
No one.
You'd watch it if we picked two guys out of this office to do it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I was about to say it would depend on who, but yeah, no,
you
you're
could
right.
mute it if you want
Yeah,
to.
exactly. You can always mute it. It's football. People are going to watch. It's about like being able to command a premier price tag for your sponsorships if you have a premier name like Tom Brady.
Speaking of coaching a minute ago, have you seen Akron's promotion for this season?
I did see that, yeah. Arian, did you see this?
I have not seen this. What is this?
PFT, how many entries are you willing to buy at $75 a pop to potentially get to call Akron's opening drive of their home opener?
I'll buy 10.
Okay.
Listen,
they're moving tickets with this. It does seem like a good promo. I'm curious how
the design.
So Akron, if you buy season tickets by I think it was August 19th, you win an entry. You get an entry, and the winner gets to script the opening drive of their home opener.
I love this.
But so here's my question, right?
I absolutely love this.
Because if Doug from Mansfield, Ohio wins this.
Shout out Doug.
Shout out Mansfield.
He's like, you're going to, if left to your own devices, people are going to call the craziest stuff you can.
I think the opposite.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to actually be an offensive coordinator.
They are trying.
Oh, I don't think so.
This mother. I think people are going to try to score this motherfucker. This is why. I think they're going. They that might be the initial thought. Even let's say we get the most extreme dude who's like, I'm gonna fucking punt on second down, like something stupid, right? Whatever. You're not gonna know the play calls, right? So what they're gonna have to do is they're gonna have to sit you down and say, hey, this is what this is. They're gonna have to give you some kind of schematic structures to, okay, you want to run a short run here, you want to run a long pass here, and once they get into that mode, they're gonna be like, no, fuck that, I want to score. I guarantee this is why I love this.
So here,
I absolutely love this.
So there's another potential pitfall. What if, all right, guy dials up just a perfect script. They score in 8 plays. Don't score the rest of the game. They lose 17-7 to Robert Morris. Now what? Is that guy the OC?
No, now you have a story. Now you have a big story. Now you have eyes on Akron football. That's the whole point of this.
You have to fire your offensive coordinator if some Joe Schmo off the street scores a touchdown and your guy doesn't score the rest of the game.
Hey, that's business. Hey, so now my OC on the hot seat and saying, hey, let's see what you got. Why did we pay you? We pay you for this, and this dude just comes in and does it. Hey, brother.
I imagine it's going to be something where they hand you a thing and say, listen, here are the 3 plays you can pick from.
Yep.
Pick it.
Who are they playing the first game? This also
so it's their home opener, so it's Robert Morris. From what I gathered, they're a bad FCS team.
That's a cigarette company,
yeah.
But still.
But Akron's.
But see,
really
they're gonna blow them out.
Akron's bad.
Akron's really bad.
They are gonna beat. They should beat them. But like, first of all, how disrespectful to Robert Morris! You're giving those guys bulletin board material.
100%, and I absolutely love this. Football is there's not a lot of plays you can run. You run it right, you run it left, you passing right or you passing left. When you break it down like that, it becomes a who's the better man in front of you. If I'm is William Morris or who is it?
Robert Morris.
Robert Morris.
Robert Morris that is fodder. And to me, I'm gonna watch that game. Who ain't gonna tune in that first drive? I am.
I do think
I'm gonna
it
watch
has
that.
become must-watch television.
I'm gonna watch that. I think this
Yep.
is great marketing.
Do you know?
Because it's a relatively inconsequential game, and it's gonna draw a lot of eyes. I assume it's gonna draw a lot of ticket sales, and it's fan engagement to the highest degree, and it's very innovative. I absolutely love this actually.
Do you know
Absolutely.
where Robert Morris is located?
Robert Morris. If I'm gonna take a stab at it, I'm gonna say Virginia.
I believe it's in Virginia, and given the fact that you asked, that makes me more confident in that.
I can see why you would say that. Robert Morris University is located right here in Chicago, Illinois.
That's not true.
Oh, okay.
That's not true.
Look it up.
I had no idea.
That's inaccurate.
Robert Morris University.
It's in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I'm seeing there's another Robert Morris University in Chicago.
Oh, that's a different one.
There are two Robert Morris universities.
This is Robert Morris University, Illinois.
Yeah.
Are they
Okay.
I
are
was.
they related?
Man just clicked the first link that
Who's-
popped up.
I
Oh
did.
wait, no. This university ceased to exist in 2020.
Oh, the Chicago one?
Yeah, it
Okay.
merged into Roosevelt University.
Who is
Okay.
Robert Morris?
Smart guy.
That he has two colleges. named
Started a lot of colleges. Yeah, okay, this would make more sense that it's the Robert Morris that's in Pennsylvania, featuring notable alumni such as Charlie Batch,
Ooh,
Shout out.
good name call.
Chaz Batch.
Robert Morris was a delegate to the Continental Congress from the state of Pennsylvania, and he's known as the financier of the American Revolution.
All right, shout out. Good for you.
Am I missing something? Why is everybody shouting out everything?
I don't know, but if I'm Robert Morris and I find out that Akron's doing this promotion, I have to fight fire with fire.
There is a world where Akron loses that game. Like, if Tennessee did this, it'd be disrespectful. And, like, worst case scenario, you throw a pick six or whatever, and then Tennessee would win 70-7.
Yeah.
There's a world
Hey,
where
how much are the season tickets?
$75 you can get a season ticket.
Y'all trying to get a macrodosing
I would like it at least at one entry.
Spot?
Yeah.
let's do a podcast. Let's take some of our investment money. let's get a season ticket spot.
I'm going right now.
And then we are in the running to call the first drive.
Zip them up.
Okay, here's what we do. We
Zip them up. What the fuck?
They're the Akron Zips. Zip them up.
Oh, I'm like, that's an old T-Rex battle rap tagline.
Zip them up. Hometown heroes.
So what if we win and we get to call the first drive, and then
Okay, Sean.
and then we tell Robert Morris University, here's what we're gonna do,
Oh wow.
Are you-
Is that
Was there a next?
illegal?
and we bet
So,
on Robert Morris University.
so that's where I went. Is that legal?
first quarter money line.
Hate me. It's
If you went on prediction
Hey,
markets,
yo.
it would be. Kalshi or Polymarket,
What are
that's
we
legal.
talking about? Damn, bro. We have a fun little thing. And y'all immediately went to fucking gambling. God
Well,
damn.
it sounds illegal,
My
but
God, bro.
A lot of stuff sounds illegal, Big T.
would they? Okay. If you are a contracted employee of Akron University,
FBI,
that's
FBI
definitely
have
illegal.
nothing to do with this plan. This has nothing to do with me.
But-
Don't come
but
back
if
on
they
my
don't
door.
sign
Cash
us to
Patel
a
probably has
contract.
20 entries of his own in this, Aaron. He's probably one step ahead of us.
If they don't sign us to a contract, we don't work for them. In which case, we're just telling people information.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It sounds illegal.
It sounds very
It
illegal.
sounds illegal. But
It
it'd be
is
worth
illegal.
a look
I'm
into.
a-
It also is a pretty good reason why maybe this isn't the most well thought out plan. I love it.
They seem to be moving tickets, so credit to the marketing team.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea. I see several pitfalls.
I think Robert Morris University, they either need to try to buy like a bunch of those entries
Oh.
and then have a mole on the inside,
Yeah.
or they need to fight fire with fire and be like, we're doing our own giveaway. And if you buy like a Robert Morris University hat, you will be entered to call the first series of defensive plays. against.
So
just Joe versus Joe. I
Yeah.
like that.
So it's going to
Yeah.
be a 0 blitz versus a double reverse on the first play of the game.
Yeah, yeah. High probability of somebody scoring on the first play of that game.
There's no way they're just handing you the playbook. I mean, like, call whatever you want.
No, you're gonna have a list of like the coach is gonna be like, here are 2 running plays that we want to do on the first play. You tell me which one.
Yeah. You want to run dive or trap?
Yeah. And then guess what? He's probably just gonna run whatever he wants to run.
You think?
I think so. Yeah.
If I bought Akron season tickets and they were like, you get to script the drive, and they come out there and they don't run what I called, I'm suing.
Well, I don't know. First of all, can you really sue for that? Second of all, football coaches. At the end of the day, are they going to send their team out there, and if there's anything that's wrong about the defensive front that they're looking at,
audible out of it?
Are they going to be like, we did this Mickey Mouse promotion, so I gotta run the flea flicker?
And how did that even come about, right? Does the PR team go to the head coach with the AD and have a meeting? Like, yo, this is what we're going to do.
Probably.
The head coaches have to sit there and take it. Like, yo, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, their head coach has fallen on some rough times. I think he kind of has to do whatever they tell him.
Damn.
Their head coach is Joe Moorhead.
27-47 as a head coach.
Mm-hmm. If I'm Robert Morris, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying bring it on. I'm saying we want Moorhead.
Nice.
That's what I'd be saying.
2-10, 2-10, 4-8, 5-7 is the Akron head coach. So he is improving.
Yeah.
You got to get his guys in there.
They'll let you lose there forever. He may never get fired. They don't care.
No.
I mean, they're letting fans call the plays. They don't care.
It is crazy.
It's an awesome promo.
I do love that.
Are we buying a ticket?
Yes.
Yeah, we got majority of the board of Macro Investments, Inc.
Did someone refer you to
On
purchase
board.
Akron football season tickets? Yes. First and last name, Joe Moorhead.
Is he making commission off that?
I don't know. The most expensive season ticket for Akron is $166. That's club. That's a good deal.
That's a great deal.
I like that. Let's buy premium.
I mean, Joe Moorhead might just buy a shitload of season tickets and try to win this raffle himself, just so he doesn't have to turn over play calling duties to some dickhead off the street.
The home
I
schedule.
think worst case scenario, you get a punt. Worst case scenario, you get a punt.
No, the worst case scenario is they actually let somebody dial up the craziest trick play they got and it gets housed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just be like, run a triple reverse pass. It has to be in the playbook. That's why they're going to have meet with the fan and be like, these are your options.
Right, but they have trick plays.
You can't just run trick a little flea flicker on 3, the annexation of Puerto Rico.
And then what happens when, you run a reverse on first down, stop for a loss of 7, guy gets sacked on second down, it's 3rd and 22, and he's like, you know what I want? I want that halfback pass.
No, I actually think worst case scenario is that the very first play goes for 6.
Which team?
You score a touchdown. Akron scores a touchdown, very first play of the game.
Worst for who?
Worst for the program, worst for that head coach.
Well,
because every time something small goes wrong for Akron, it's going to be like they need to bring back that guy.
Right. There is no winning for Akron in this.
No, there actually isn't. I would say best case scenario is a punt.
First down or no? 3 and out.
3 and out. I think because then it's like, why did you let this guy call these plays? Then it becomes like an institutional failure. Like Akron's such a clown show that they let a random fan do it, and then they couldn't get a first down and punt it. I think probably a first down, maybe a field. You know what? Field goal attempt. 45-yard field goal attempt. Missed. Wide left.
Now, this is going to be fun to bet on as somebody who's not calling plays.
Yeah.
The outcome of the first drive.
If you miss a field goal and you get like a reasonable but kind of long field goal attempt out of that first drive, then it's like, okay, that was a fun promotion. They moved the ball pretty well. They stayed ahead of the chains a little bit. Couldn't execute on a field goal, but it doesn't make your whole school look like a complete colossal clusterfuck. And then if you end up not scoring, then nobody can say if your team struggles, like, oh, we got to bring back that guy that called the first series of plays.
Imagine if we win this, though, and they get to announce the celebrity guest offensive coordinator is Arian Foster.
Yeah.
I'll be lit. It might be my intro into coaching, you know.
Kind of be smart of them to do that, honestly. I saw our friend Bobby Bones entered as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
I saw Big.
Well, he could tag me in, Bobby, if you win. Holla at your boy.
If they were smart, they do a celebrity.
I think, you know what? If I win, I might pull a Rudy. I might say, give my spot to Coach Gruden.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, that would be bad for Joe Moorhead.
Yeah.
Spider 2, wide banana.
Yeah. No, I would just, honestly, if I win, get ready to learn fullback dive.
Three straight.
Coming out in the wishbone.
We're gonna run 3 yards up the middle. Then we're gonna hit them with 3 more yards up the middle. Then we're gonna do 3 more yards up the middle, and then we're gonna do probably more like a yard and a half on the last one.
You're going for it.
First down, we're going for it
in minus territory.
Yeah, when you got a fullback and you're confident you're averaging 3 yards a carry, perfect. Go for it.
Yeah.
That was my favorite stat from John Kuhn's NFL career, is that he averaged a perfect, clean fullback 3.0 yards per carry. Love that.
That's what you want.
And then Big T, we talked about Peyton Hillis last week on Wake Up Barstool because he wrote that big love letter to New Orleans saying goodbye. And then I think Sean Payton is going to be bringing him in.
You're talking about Taysom
I'm sorry,
Hill.
why did I say Peyton Hillis?
I was
Taysom
so
Hill.
confused.
Yeah, my mistake.
Peyton
Yeah.
Hillis.
Other white guy.
Madden cover athlete.
Yeah, what's he up to
Good
these
player
days?
for a year or two. Did he save somebody from a fire or something fairly recently?
Yes.
I think so. Like drowning. Was it a drowning?
Yeah.
He saved his son and niece from a rip current in Pensacola.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Look at that. NFL player memory better than.
He spent 10 days unconscious on a ventilator in the ICU, but later made a full recovery. Hero.
Yeah.
Did he play anywhere else besides the Browns? Oh,
yes.
yeah, like 5 teams.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
He went around a little bit.
Arian Peyton Hillis, what college?
Arkansas.
Correct.
We played against them.
I was going to
We
say
played
he
against
should
them.
have been around your time.
Yeah, we mopped them. We mopped them when they had Payne Hillis. Well, he was a fullback then though. They had Felix Jones and Darren McFadden. They came into Rocky Top and we handled business, Big T.
Facts.
The Wild Hog. That was a great backfield.
Darren McFadden should have won a Heisman.
Was
Won it that year.
So he should have won it in 2007,
Yeah, his
which
junior
was
year,
Troy Smith.
yeah.
was Matt Jones on the Razorbacks at that point?
I believe so. Maybe,
Or maybe he might have been a couple years
a little bit
earlier.
before, but I remember him vividly.
He was
Super athlete, really good athlete.
yeah. He was fun.
Excuse me, 06 was Troy Smith, McFadden finished second. 07 was Tebow, and McFadden finished second.
Tebow, that's what it was. Okay. I have a non-sports related topic I'd like to pivot to that I would like your.
All right.
I don't believe that there has ever been a movie that has benefited, and this you're gonna like this take, Big T, as a conservative Christian man.
Okay.
There's been no movie that's benefited from having a sex scene in it. I was watching a movie earlier. I forget which movie it was, but there was a sex scene. I'm like, why the fuck do I need this soft porn in this? Okay, they went to the room. They did what they. Why do I need to see them kissing and hugging and rolling around? This is stupid. This is really stupid. I don't need to see this. Like, and I'm far from conservative. Like, don't let your kids. Whatever. Like, has nothing to do with that. It's just it doesn't do anything for the movie. Like, you feel me? It's so stupid. Am I alone there?
Well, most times sex scenes are just two faces, just like looking at
No.
each other.
I don't know what PG version you watching, brother, but we get full back, sometimes some booty.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're talking R-rated movies, yeah.
Yeah, we talking already. I'm talking R-rated movies, TVMA. There's no need for any sex scene ever.
Ever. Okay. What sex scenes made a movie better? Braveheart.
I've never seen Braveheart, so I can't speak to that
That
one.
was just the first boob I ever saw. So
I think
made that
really,
movie
it's
really
like
good.
the only people that really enjoy it are like children, the kids that are like, oh shit. And I would argue now, nakedness is you're just so desensitized to it because it's everywhere because of the internet that it doesn't do anything for any movie.
Okay. Are you saying like it doesn't advance the narrative in most movies?
It doesn't. It's just a 30 to 45 seconds of awkward ass. Okay, we watching two people low key get it on.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just good to see boobs every now and again.
See, yeah, maybe.
Just tap in.
And that is a horny ass dude.
You're arguing
Wait,
something
whoa,
different
whoa,
than he
whoa,
is.
whoa. Does that makes me horny to be like I enjoy like looking at boobs are great. I think boobs are great.
Yeah,
to look at.
you sound like Clay Travis now. Yeah.
Okay, boobs are great to look at, except if it's the
that's
WNBA.
what it's for. I mean, that's what
every
it's
player
for.
should not have boobs. What?
I mean, I'm not one to brag on the body count. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
as a man who's seen his fair share of boobs,
Is that you're desensitized?
is it really that impressive to
That's
see
sad.
boobs?
Okay, now I see where we're coming from. You've fucked your way out of liking boobs. You fucked your way gay. Yeah.
Bro. I don't know about the gay part, but maybe you're right. Maybe I have.
The spark's not there anymore.
Yeah, because it's not even like I think we should, which I mean we should, It's not like a conservative or like a protect women type thing, which I think we should, but it doesn't come from that place. It comes from it does nothing for the story. And if like I seeing boobs is not like when we was growing up, PFT, going to Hooters was a cool thing, right? Because you get to see
Boobs.
some women, some cleavage is what it was, and that used to be cool. But like as a grown up, you're not gonna go to an establishment and be like, I'm trying to see some young. Now to me, that's weird as fuck. I'm 40, 50 years old, going into an establishment to see some 20-year-old cleavage. That shit's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's just me aging out of wanting to see this shit. But I just don't see. I don't see it. I don't see the point in the sex scenes in the movies. I would like the women's perspective on this because PFT just sound horny.
I don't know if I really have an opinion on it.
I don't.
I would say no opinion probably means that she agrees with you, Aaron.
I would say if done correctly, they can get a point across, but I think it's hard to do them correctly. Not to bring it up, but I think Heated Rivalry does them very well. But there's no boobs in Heated Rivalry because they're gay. But like,
I have one exception. Okay, I do have one exception.
like your favorite sex scene?
No, I haven't even seen the movie, but I could understand how it makes sense. 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
It is about
Sex.
It's about that.
It's
right?
a movie about sex.
Yeah, it's about that makes sense. And if that's your type of genre that you like to fuck with. Like I know women that read like what's that
Smut.
genre? Huh?
Smut.
What?
Like sexual books, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah,
Smut.
but did you spell the word that you
SMUT.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Are you calling her a smut?
No, that's
No,
the
that's what it's called.
Oh,
That's the genre.
that's
of
a
the
different
book.
word.
Yeah.
That's a different word.
Yeah, I'm gonna replace the
Okay,
M
is
with the
that
L.
an acronym? I've never heard this.
No.
genre
No,
before.
It's just
that's
the name
what
of the book.
people call it.
Yeah.
Really. That's what we used to call promiscuousness, I guess.
Oh well, it's smut books. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know. Like,
Yeah, books about promiscuity. Yeah, but smut.
Yeah, smut.
Like you reading that smut again?
Or like, if it's
that's insane.
fantasy, like a lot of girls now are into like books about like fairies and stuff having sex. Like it's like a fantasy type world. That's called romantasy.
romantic.
Where you romance and fantasy, but yeah, smut is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, no. So like when we was younger, way younger, and you know what I'm saying, used to talk about other promiscuous women, you'd be like, yeah, she a smut.
I thought, wait, but not slut.
Are you
Both, yeah.
what was the distinction? Are you positive you didn't just mishear
ain't
one
gonna-
time?
Tell me I'm positive, dog. We've been calling women smuts. I'll tell you, smut has been a pejorative term for a promiscuous woman since I've been a child.
Oh well,
I've never heard
ladies
that.
are reading smut nowadays.
This could be a cultural
Americas?
thing as well, yeah. Because smut is like
So
smut, yeah, absolutely.
When would you use one versus the other?
It's like it's interchangeable. It's just how you feeling at the moment. To me, slut was more. It's like like white people be like cunt, right? They say you're a cunt.
Oh, do black people not say that?
I've never said that shit.
Oh,
And
Strong
it could
word.
be just my little section of black folk, but we don't really use the word cunt. That's a nah. But like smut was more used than I've never heard somebody of my ilk use the word cunt, actually.
Australians use it all the time.
Yeah.
It's their favorite word.
And people from the UK as well. Yeah. Interesting, yeah. But sex scenes, I say do away with them. They don't do anything unless it's directly tied to the narrative. I just don't see the point in them anymore. But they're gonna keep doing it for people like PFP who just like to see it.
What were you watching that made you come to that conclusion?
I don't remember the movie. I forget.
It was forgettable.
It sounds like it was a
your
really,
point.
really bad sex scene. For you'd be like, you know
What's
what?
that's what I'm saying. What's a good sex scene?
Heated Rivalry. Go watch Heated Rivalry.
I don't even know who's
That's
in
the
that.
gay hockey show that people are obsessed with. That's good sex scenes. No
Heated
no
Rivalry.
bonk, sorry.
And they're gay sex
They're
scenes?
gay. And they're
Probably won't be watching that.
and they're showing it. That's the thing. I think like are you disappointed in the lack of any romance you're seeing in it? Like, do you think it looks too choreographed?
No, I just don't think it doesn't do anything. Like, okay, if you just show two people kissing and falling on the bed, fade to black, go to the next scene, we know what happened, right? It's not I don't have to see them all sweaty, shirt off, kissing, hugging, see these silhouettes of romance. I don't need to see that. It's like, and this sounds like I'm super prude and I'm like, porn is ruining young men's life. No, it has nothing to do with that. This is literally like for the narrative. I don't see the point of this shit. Like, why are we sitting here watching this softcore porn? It doesn't do anything for the story, and especially if it's like,
don't watch Heated Rivalry.
It also like, to me, disrupts the flow of the story as well. Like sometimes like the movie could be going long, a show could be going on, and it's cool, and all of a sudden I gotta sit here and watch. Like it's just Game of Thrones is a good example of that. Wildly just, hey yo, I don't need to see the cheeks clapping. I don't need to see this. This is weird, though. It's just weird. It's just very weird, and it reminds me of like the conservative critique of Hollywood, right? The conservatives are always like Holly weird, and they're always trying to put their sexual innuendos. And I do believe there is a nuance to showing sex as art to a certain degree. I think there's a good way to do it, but I think sometimes it just be like some horny people trying to get it off on the film, and it don't really land to me a lot of the time. I don't know, man. I don't know. It could be just a me thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I just looked up like the most iconic sex scenes in movies. Most of them are just like normal sex scenes that aren't related to the plot. American Psycho, that sex scene, I would not say it's not something that you would watch and be like, damn, that's hot. It's more to demonstrate like what a sociopath Christian Bale is.
And that makes sense. I haven't seen the movie, but that makes sense as to it has something to do with the narrative of the story rather than just we watching two people.
Yep. Okay, that's yeah, I don't think that's that bad of a take. I'm just saying I like looking at boobs every now and again.
I hear you, Clay.
That's a different argument than what he was making.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do agree with his argument about it not advancing the plot.
I had him on my podcast. You remember that? You watched it, right? Big T, my old podcast.
Yeah, I think I listened to it like I was in college, maybe.
It was just a bullshit ass take because he just did it for like hot. You know, he's just trying to be what's the word? Trying to spark a, be I forget the word. I'm
Provocative.
blanking on the word. Provocative. There you go. And then I think I said something like, so if somebody talk about your wife's boobs, is that different? He's like, oh, yeah, that's totally different there. That fucking guy. Anywho,
I did see that he's trying to pay a high school men's basketball team $10 million to play against the Aces.
they obsessed. with
No,
showing
he
that
said he'd give $10 million to the winner.
Oh, to the winner. Yes. I see he's doing that. And then they're also trying to recruit a transgender man, or a male at birth transgender woman who plays overseas in some overseas women's basketball league to come play in the WNBA.
They're obsessed with this.
Clay
topic, bro.
Travis
This
is trying to do that?
Yeah.
How would he get that person on a team?
They're just he's trying to say like somebody should hire this person to come over and play in the WNBA. I think his point is saying to demonstrate that someone who is born male that transitions to being a female would be unfair competition in the WNBA. But to prove that, they're actively recruiting somebody to come over and be unfair competition. So it's like they're creating the problem, being like, this is a problem. I don't know. It seems like a lot of work to put into a sport that I don't really watch that much.
They don't really watch that much.
Yeah.
You told me you were the number one fan.
I see that. There you go with straw man.
You said you're the number one Sirens fan.
The Sirens. Yeah. Shout out Sirens, Cleveland. You get your team. LeBron who? Who needs LeBron when you got the Sirens coming into town?
You told me you bought all the Sirens merch.
I did. I
sold them out of smalls.
We were talking. Well, but first of all, I would wear like a double XL WNBA jersey. Second of all, I'm a Mystics fan.
Yeah, that makes sense.
back to back season attendance record holder champion.
Nice. They hang a banner for that?
Multiple banners.
We have to get that banner.
I asked for it.
They said no.
I asked for it. They don't have it anymore.
So it's not even hung up.
It's not. They took it down. I went on a deep dive. I know some people inside because it's owned by the same people that own the Caps and the Wizards. So I know some people on the inside, and I did make a special request for them to check out any sort of storage that they might have, where that might be located, because I would like to have it. They don't know where it is. They got rid of it, I think.
I wonder if we could get the Preds Western Conference regular season champions banner. That one's been very maligned.
Western Conference regular season champions.
Correct. Which they won the President's Trophy that year. They had the best record in the regular season, and so that's already encompassed in that banner. That's one you can hang. President's Trophy, you can hang that.
Mm-hmm.
But then they did next to it Western Conference regular season, which is already in the President's Trophy.
Yeah.
And it makes you look dumb.
It does. That does make you look dumb. If you just say President's Trophy, that's a banner that you can hang up. I think you should be proud of that, right?
Yeah.
But you don't, Western Conference regular season. That's a lot of
a
lot of qualifiers.
I bet we could get that one.
Do you know anyone on the Preds?
I might know some people who know people.
Hit them up.
I'd have to see.
Hit them up. Did you ever get Coach's cell phone number?
Coach Heupel?
Yeah.
No, I was told he was given mine, but I prefer that it not.
I was told he was given mine. Is hilarious.
Well, Jersey Jerry, we had Josh Heupel on Wake Up Barstool, and Jersey Jerry basically, on my behalf, without my request, tried to get me Josh Heupel's phone number, and someone who works at Tennessee DM'd me and was like, "Give me your phone number, and I'll make sure he gets it." I was like, "Okay, just know I did not request this."
Wait, they text you and said, "Give me your phone number"?
DM'd me.
Oh, DM'd you on phone. Okay.
So he might have my phone number. I don't know. We run in the same circles. I'm good friends with people who are friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask him.
But we
Yeah,
don't.
I'm going to the game. I'm going to the Georgia Tech game. I'll ask him. Hey, you got
Yeah, we'll be there.
got-
Are you
got Connor
in?
Knapp's phone number?
Yeah. Are you in DeAndre Hopkins' friends?
Yeah, that's the homie.
Because you saw he just took a job at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, my man's FaceTime me. Because you know who else is there? Gotzi. Gotzi was like the de facto OC when I was at Houston. He's the OC at Georgia Tech now, so they FaceTime me. We had a little reunion.
Oh,
That's why I
nice.
hopped there.
I guess we might see him when we're down there.
Yeah, you want to see him?
Well, yeah, I think
Okay.
we're potentially going to go over there, right?
I'm going. Yeah, you can come.
I thought we're going to film some stuff. I thought.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we haven't really.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk after the show,
All right.
business wise.
Business.
I have some very important election news from last night.
Okay.
There were some primaries
All right.
around the country. Are you familiar with who won the Kansas House District 84?
Oh, I saw the name. Benita. What's your last name?
Bonita Gooch.
Bonita Gooch.
Defeated. Do you know who she beat?
No.
Ford Carr.
Shut up.
Swear.
Ford Carr.
Lost to Bonita Gooch.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Good for Bonita Gooch. Is she? So she's expected to win, or
She won the Democratic primary.
and it sounds like it might be a Republican seat.
I'm not entirely
Because I've
sure.
never heard of Ford Carr before. Is Ford Carr an active? Is he? Or
This
she
is
a
this is
representative?
State House.
A State House. Okay, got it. Okay. So Bonita Gooch, we should be seeing more Bonita Gooch in the news this year. Just a name like that will get you name recognition.
Yeah, Ford Carr was the incumbent.
Oh,
So
okay.
That's
So-
a big win for Miss
Yeah.
Gooch.
Unseated.
Yeah. Killed him.
All right, so we got Gooch. Any other political news? I did see that there were other primaries yesterday.
Well, there was the Michigan Senate primary that
Who-
got a lot of attention.
And El Said won?
Yes.
Okay. The lady he was going up against is named Taylor something. Right? Help me out here. Taylor.
It starts with an H.
Is it Taylor Hall?
No,
Taylor-
it's
It's a hockey player.
Yeah.
Hold- Holder or
Haley Stevens.
Haley Stevens. That's
okay.
what I knew there was an H.
Okay. I was way off on that. I'm sorry to miss Haley Stevens. I love Haley Stevens. I don't know what else to say about her. Is she losing?
She lost.
She lost. Officially lost.
She lost.
Okay. She is the funniest. She is the absolute funniest person. Pull up a clip. Can we watch a clip of Haley Stevens together? Look up Haley Stevens. Stick it to him. This is her from just a couple weeks ago. And when you hear it, she's 43, so she's not old. You might think that's old. I don't think that's old. Listen to her Michigan accent, her Michigander accent, and it sounds like it's Chris Farley playing a politician. This is awesome.
I am going to be telling the stories on our behalf. And you better believe I'm going to be doing it with a little bit of joy, a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of energy, and a little bit of stick it to them. Because that's the Michigan way.
Oh, and I live in a van down by the river.
That's one of the funniest sound bites I've ever heard coming out of politics. That is so funny. I'm sad that we won't get to see her anymore because she brought me a lot of joy just listening to her talk, even though I didn't remember her name. But yeah, so she's out. El Said's in. And who is running on the Republican side of that one?
It is
Mike something?
Rogers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe he's the only candidate.
Okay. I have seen a couple ads for El Said, and it seems to be like, hey, I'm the doctor that works out. Like he's jacked. Like, yeah, I'm a doctor, but I also go to the gym.
I feel like that's also the guy who's running for Chicago mayor, the Alexi Giannoulis.
Oh, that's my guy. And when I say my guy, I mean I have no idea what he's about politically. I met him.
You'd love him.
I met him.
Yeah.
I met him at the DMV.
You met him at the DMV?
Oh yeah.
What?
My first summer here. I think it was my first summer here. Yeah, it had to be because I was registering the El Camino. And so I went to the DMV. I'm waiting in line to get my ticket. And as I'm waiting in line, I see this big portrait because they put the Secretary of State's portrait like in the lobby of all the DMVs. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's the Secretary of State. So you get your ticket, and then they send you to another desk, and then that person sends you to another booth, and then you have to go talk to somebody else, and then fill out paperwork and take it back to another person, get a stamp, and then back to a different person. So I'm doing the rat race back and forth all over the place, and then I see a team of like 3 people in suits walking down the hall towards me, and they're like flanking this one guy in the middle that's wearing a suit, and he's walking past me, and I just looked at him. I go, oh, you're the guy from the portrait up in the lobby. And he's like, hey, nice to meet you. Alexi, good to see you. And then he walks away, and I could tell, like, some of the staffers that were with him, they were like stoolies or part of my Take fans or whatever, and they clocked me, and they were like, hey, good to see you. And I was like, thanks. And one of them gave me their card. Then he walked away, and he turned, and he was like, what are you doing here? I was like, getting my El Camino registered. He's like, sweet. I was like, yeah, you know it. And then he turned and walked away. So then he DM'd me later on and be like, hey, it was great to run into you. If you ever need me, here's my cell phone number.
What?
So I've got a cell phone number. And I was like, actually, yeah, they wouldn't let me put bitchin' as my customized license plate on my El Camino. Whatever happened to freedom of speech, dude? He's like, I don't know if we can do that. But anything else, you let me know. So that's all I know about Alexi.
And then this Mike Rogers is a Trump guy. He served in the military and created Michigan's 529 college savings program. And first joined Congress in 2000.
I feel like most states have a 529, don't they? Like college savings?
Yeah, New York does too.
Yeah.
Oh, can't you
think.
just make a 529?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a state
I
thing.
don't
I
think it's
didn't
a state
either.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He endorsed it.
Okay.
Hey, this is good.
He was on the House Intelligence
Put that on my
Committee.
website that I said it was good.
He expanded 529 plans to cover college, vocational training, and first-time home down payments.
Oh, okay. So you can use the college fund to buy a house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then entered the private sector in 2015 and became a champion of American innovation. Sounds like kind of a just a Republican dude.
Champion of innovation.
Oh, he did actually help establish Michigan's original 529 program as a state lawmaker in 1999. He's big on 529s.
Okay. Good. It's a good program. Aaron, are you following the drama surrounding Liv Golf?
I am not.
So they had some financial hardships. There were rumors that the league was going to be canceled entirely. And it just came out today. They issued a statement just about an hour ago. Liv Golf has an agreement in place with a lead investor, signed by the investor and approved by the board, to anchor the transaction and play a key role in supporting the path forward for the league's next era, driven by and for the players. We're also seeing strong interest from more than a dozen additional parties to potentially serve as minority investors, creating a multi-partner model built for long-term stability and growth. Blah, 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 blah. We anticipate finalizing terms in the coming weeks with the end goal of entering a transaction in September. In the meantime, our focus on delivering a great week for fans. So essentially, they found somebody to buy the Liv Golf League. I have a theory.
They laid on because they didn't say who it was, so it's probably some.
They won't say. They're not saying who it is right now. They're like the CEO said that he was not going to disclose until everything's like buttoned up. I have a theory. I could be wildly wrong about this.
Laid on me, big dope.
I think it might be somebody in the Trump family. And I think that would be something that the big guy would be pivoting to post-politics.
I'm listening.
I have no evidence other than wild,
Okay.
baseless speculation. And
Okay,
maybe
I
a
got
little
you.
bit of fan fiction because I think it'd be funny. But crazier things have happened. I don't know who out there has close business ties to the Saudi government that would be willing to facilitate this transaction. There are other people that out there would be candidates for that. We know that he's got that relationship in place. We know that his family has a lot of business ties with Saudi Arabia. That's not up for dispute. We know he's crazy about golf and that he has taken an active part in promoting Liv in the past. and there are a lot of live events that are already paid or played at his home courses, it seems like it would be a natural fit. And maybe they take the Barstool model, and Donald Trump's like, I'll buy it for $1 if you let me run it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm like a golf purist, you know. I like to see everybody under one umbrella competing with the best of the best. I feel like this era has been watered down because the talent pool has been divided, and I hate it. I don't like it. But I'm all for people getting their paper however you get it. But that could be the case. You have no evidence. It would be interesting. It would be funny.
It'd be funny. And I don't know. Somebody out there is looking at Liv like it might be a good investment.
It's clearly not.
Well, no, there is one person. There's one person out there that thinks, allegedly, because they're about to sell it, they have an investor.
No, I'm saying it's clearly not a good investment.
It's probably not a good investment unless you're buying it and then you already own a lot of the properties that it's played on. And then you have, it seems like it would be a fit. That's all I'm saying. And then, you know what? The Saudis can have a nuclear weapon. How about that? You can build a nuke.
Your golf league.
Yes, and you get an atom bomb. You have to build
it.
Some assembly required.
Didn't open it.
You can have the materials. It doesn't come with the batteries, and you need to put it together yourself. We can't have our fingerprints on that one.
You give me a plane, and you give me your golf league.
Then
and I see a thing.
Then if the uranium core is bombarded by plutonium, and I'm looking the other way, so be it. Things happen.
Uranium schmanium.
Accidents happen. I probably completely botched describing how a nuclear weapon is fired, but so yeah, Liv might be.
I think it's pretty good that you don't know how to do that.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's a good thing.
Liv might be back. I'm with you though, Aaron. I'm curious to see what this means for the framework that they told us they had in place.
Yeah, it bothered me because you remember for years I was like, yo, John Rahm is my favorite current golfer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't get to see him compete like that. The Liv tournaments. I hate the team aspect of golf, except when it comes to, like, the Ryder Cup.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's fun to watch. But as far as like watching the Pink Goats versus the Rocket Mans or whatever the fuck the teams are, like, no, I don't give a shit
Please
about that.
don't disrespect Crushers Golf Club
and the Range
Goats.
The Range Goats.
Crushers. And then
is that a real team?
Yes.
And then Bryson cutting in on 20-year-old YouTube golf revenue. Like, come on, man. Wrap this shit up. Go compete against the best of the world, man. Like, fuck out of here with that shit.
He might just become a YouTuber.
Actually, I can't stand that shit. Like, his personality, whatever. Who cares? But just the fact that can I beat the course? Yes. You probably can, dog. Yeah. Fuck out of here. I hate that shit with a passion, yo. Let that shit pop up on my timeline, man. Fuck out of here.
You can definitely set the course record at like a local municipal course.
Sometimes he doesn't do it.
It's just not interesting for me to watch. He's just dominating public. It's not interesting. I don't know, man. I'm definitely alone there because he has millions of subscribers. But can I hit a ball over my house? Yes, fam.
That was good. That was good.
See, it wasn't.
Well, it had to go in the hole. It wasn't just hit it over the house.
Who gives a fucking shit? Dog?
I watched every day till he got it in.
He just giving away a car. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't even have a real reason. I just hate that shit. I'm just a hater with that. When it comes to that, yeah, I'm a hater. Yeah. Hate that shit.
I love it.
With a passion.
I love your hate.
Imagine Scotty Scheffler's like, can I beat the course record? Yes, nigga. Can.
He would never do that.
Huh?
He would never do that.
Of course. That's why I fuck with Scotty. Everybody fuck with Scotty. Everybody, whatever. I'm done.
Well, you say he looks old, though.
I fuck with him as a human.
Yeah, no, I know, but you say he looks really old.
Bro, you can't tell me 29-year-old Scotty Scheffler. In this room, y'all definitely agree. In other rooms, it is clear as day. That man, Rory too. Rory looked like he's 50, fam.
Yep.
But That's just my opinion.
That's a fact.
IMO.
All right, Aaron, I've got one more question to ask you about golf, about the Internet Invitational, because it is next week, and I'm starting. I think it's either Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning is the first round. Do you have any advice for me as a competitor? You've competed in some of these golf tournaments. Do you have any place you go to mentally to quiet out the noise? Because I do think that I've got my problem. It's been well documented at this point. We're improving on it. Is I tend to do really good on the first hole, and then afterwards, everything like kind of falls apart. But like that first hole, usually get a par. I mean, looking back on it, when I played against Brooks Koepka, eagle on the first hole. The first hole is always good for me. It's everything that happens after that that goes away. Do you have any advice for me as a mentally tough former professional athlete and current semi-professional golfer?
I'm gonna categorize me as a semi-professional, but I appreciate that, man. I think the difference between like me and like a scratch or a plus golfer that I'm starting to learn slowly but surely is they all have bad holes.
Mhm.
And this is what's really made my game a lot better is instead, like when I get a double, I'm like, oh fuck, here we go again. I get pissed. I'm like, oh, the score that you have in your head at the beginning of the round is like you're constantly competing against that. Okay, if I do that, now I have to get this, and now I gotta like stop that shit. You gonna have a bad hole. Laugh the shit off. There are professional golfers that hit a shank once every blue moon. They're professional golfers that get an 8, that get a 7, that get a double. Like it happens. Shit happens. You are not a pro. So lower them expectations and just accept whatever happens and then go from there. So if you start out and you get a birdie, that's what's up. Don't get high on that shit. You ain't gonna birdie all them shits. If you start out and you get a triple, it is what it is, dog. Three over happens. We could recover from that.
Mm-hmm.
You're capable of hitting a good drive. You're capable of hitting a good iron shot. You're capable of hitting a good putt. Keep that in the back of your mind.
Okay.
Play the percentages. Just do you. Let the game come to you. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Just be water, my friend.
Be water. I can do that. I can be water for you. Big T,
water for me.
Is there anything else you want to get into today before we start talking about daps, handshakes, hellos, kisses, hugs? Aaron's favorite subjects?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, no. This other thing we there was like a really crazy video yesterday.
I'm opting out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm opting out.
That's the right choice.
Sometimes you got to opt out. After spending I've been on social media, not counting like Facebook in college. I've been an active social media power user, you could call me, since about 2012. That's 14 years of service as a member of the valued communities of various social networking websites. And I've learned a thing or two in those years. One is you have to know when to opt out of something. Now, you can't opt out of everything, because if you opt out of everything, then you're no longer using the site as other people are using it. But you have to know when something out there is just it's not for you.
Well, the problem is
spare me a little context, please.
Sure. There is a video making the rounds of former vlogger, blogger, celebrity gossip merchant Perez Hilton. I don't know what the video contains. I know that it's really, really disturbing.
It's haunting.
And I will not be watching it.
That's the perfect way to describe it, Big T.
And the problem is I got a message that said, do not look this up. Obviously, what are you going to do? It should have said, if I was telling someone, I would have said, I'm being dead ass serious. Do not look this up under any circumstances. Well, if you just say don't look it up, I'm going to look it up. I regret it immensely.
I'm just saying, it's a good idea to know when to opt out of things.
Yeah. It was a mistake.
There's a lot of, I feel like we're getting desensitized to everything. There's a lot of
100%.
stuff. If you had, when I was growing up, there were some fucked up videos that made the rounds, but there were like 3 of them. And you had to either opt into them or you had to go over to your buddy's house that had an older brother that was like in college that was visiting for the week. It was like, dude, check this out.
And they were evergreen over many years.
Yes.
Now we have one every week.
Yeah, we had the Bud Dwyer press conference, and that was from like the 1970s, where he takes the gun out of the bag.
Oh,
paper
yeah.
bag. That was like one of the 3 videos that we had growing up, which is like, oh my God, you want to see like this is some gory shit. And it was something that happened decades ago. And you could count on one hand like all the fucked up videos that you were ever exposed to as a kid. Now it's like, you're right, like every other week. People just getting desensitized to everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Because of all those sex scenes. Those
Yeah.
devilish sex scenes that Hollywood's forcing us to watch.
That's true. Also, AI is just getting too good, and people keep getting duped with training camp photoshops in the NFL.
We're in a fallen state.
We are. People. I was doing my weekly hit with Pittsburgh Sports Radio this morning. The guys over at DVE, love those guys. And they were talking to me about Justin Herbert and Madison Beer hanging out. They were talking about, I guess Drew Aller has a girlfriend that's been doing either TikToks or like training camp recap videos. Like wives and girlfriends are becoming like a part of the training camp storylines right now. And then they're like, and then we saw like the picture of Jaden Daniels giving his mom a piggyback ride after the game. It was clearly a Photoshop, but it's so good and it's made the rounds that now we've got people that are, on the air that think that that's one of the things that happened in training
I
camp.
actually think that one is the perfect amount of like,
It's a good one.
It's probably fake, but there is a world where that's real.
Yeah. That's a perfect way to put it. It hits.
Piggyback rash, crazy.
I know. It hits the confirmation bias, but it only like nicks it.
Yeah.
Like it's a drive-by, just kind of clips the side of your confirmation bias. That's the one advice I would have for people. It's like, hey,
I'm extremely elated that my small stint in the spotlight missed this era of AI shit. Cause what the fuck, yo?
Yeah.
Like that shit is insane, though. Having people post pictures of me and my mom's, like that shit's crazy, though. That's type shit. That's fatable offenses.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
you remember the Antonio Brown Raiders experience?
Yeah.
That was kind of meant for the AI era because every single day something new happened with that storyline that sounded like it was completely made up.
That was wild.
If he was going to do that, now would be the time for him to do that kind of shit because it's like Antonio Brown shows up to training camp in a hot air balloon. Okay, nice try, NFL Central. Can't get me.
Did he do that?
Yeah. Antonio Brown refuses to practice because he froze his feet going barefoot in cryo chamber following practice. Okay, yeah. All right, Antonio Brown.
I don't remember.
All right,
All I
AI.
remember from when he was on the Raiders was he wasn't going to play because they wouldn't let him have his helmet that was too old.
Antonio Brown refuses to practice because the Raiders won't allow him to use his old, now deemed illegal helmet. Raiders GM Mike Mayock threatens to fight him. That was one of the stories too. But yeah, that entire summer was just like one series of AI headline after another for him. But yeah, the AI is getting too good this year. Everyone's getting got left and right. Jaden Daniels did not give his mom a piggyback ride, and even if he did, he's just a good son.
Have you ever seen that movie, The Good Son?
Who's in that?
Macaulay Culkin.
Oh yeah, that's a fucked up movie.
That was a wild movie, dog.
That's a fucked up one for sure.
Yeah.
Any movie that makes a child like the antagonist, like an enemy.
Their PR team has done them well. Children are
Kids?
very much so antagonists.
Kids have a great PR team.
Yeah, man. Like, the kids
Their
of
parents?
the future, man. These motherfuckers is assholes, dog. Like, I'm just being honest, dog. And you gotta kind of, and you don't got kids, right? So like, like when you're around kids all the time, you're like, you hear how good they are, and then you're around them for a little bit, and you're like, hey, yo, bro, get this little motherfucker away from me.
I have like hung out with a lot. I'm trying to think of the best way to put it because I started this sentence and it was not going to be able to be recovered. Been spending a lot of time around people with kids this summer.
There you go. Yeah.
I had a lot of kid interactions this summer, and I their parents are their best PR, but I have noticed that parents tend to hate other people's kids.
Oh yeah, big time.
It's like, my kids are great. Everyone else's kids, they're a problem.
See, and this is where I feel like I shine. I'm very honest about where my kids were, are, or going to be, that I feel. And like, but I do have patience for other people's kids. Like, I may feel like, yo, you little asshole. I ain't gonna say nothing though. Like, so like on planes and stuff,
Mhm.
I always feel for mothers in that scenario because I've been there where like my kid just kicking, screaming, and crying, and you're not neglected, you're well fed, you're cared for, you're loved for, you're just being an asshole on this plane. And it's not my fault. And like women who are traveling or dads who are traveling and they kicking and screaming, and it's an embarrassing moment. And I feel for that. That is the one moment where I'm like, I feel you, dog. Like there's nothing. Like I remember one time I was riding on a plane and there's this lady just struggling, and the kid was kicking my seat, and I turned around and I handed her my iPad that had a little cartoon movie on it,
Mhm.
and she was like, "Oh my god, thank you so much." This kid just was calm and just watching the movie. I was like, "It's all good shit. It happens. You can't do nothing about it." But kids are assholes.
Yeah.
They are assholes.
And
I don't view them as the angels that everybody else does. I think they fuck with people. I think they can sense people's insecurities and they
Yes.
exploit the shit out of that. And as you grow, you learn to curve that. We all were kids. But yeah, they be fucking with people on purpose, though.
yeah, I also think that that no one's kid has ever been a bully. Their kid
Also true.
is always getting bullied. Or
See,
they're
I found out through my other kids that one of my kids was a bully.
Mhm.
I found out because around me, sweetest little motherfucker in the world. Like, will do everything you say, yes sir, no sir. And I don't even require that shit. It makes his bed every single day. But I found out when I'm not around, he be talking shit to everybody else. He be he be fucking with them. He be fucking with the other kids. And we had to have some conversations, but he turned out to be really good. But early on, he
Mhm.
was a little asshole though. Little asshole.
Have we reached a consensus on what bullying truly means?
Why do you ask that?
I think that it's become a word that people can deploy and immediately feel as if they are, I don't want to say the victim, but they're in the right. And that someone else is in the wrong. And don't get me wrong, like bullying exists. There's bullies out there. There've always been bullies. It's not good to bully someone. But I feel like bully is a term that has gotten overused.
I think the phenomenon you're talking about manifests in more ways than just the word bullying. So I don't disagree with that. I think the bullying craze, the like crackdown on bullying was, at least when I was in school, was like 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's when they were like we got to stop bullying. Like there was every week you had a bullying seminar.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in schools these days, but
I do think it teaches kids that it's the magic word that you can use to become like you're in the right and to assign blame to somebody else.
That's probably true. And again, I think that happens in a lot of verticals.
Yeah. I don't know, Aaron, have your kids ever gotten home and been like, I got bullied today? It's like, how'd you get bullied? Somebody disagreed with me.
Yeah, but not like, it wasn't like, I mean, I guess it kind of was. So most of my kids are really fair skinned, but my middle daughter has a darker complexion. And so one time she comes home crying saying her friends didn't want to play with her because she has darker skin. And so you have to have that whole conversation with them about, the same conversation my dad had with me when I was young, because I used to get bullied. Not, see, I didn't get bullied. I used to fight because of that. But I don't want her fighting like that. So you have to explain to her that she's beautiful and give her confidence about that because her classmates aren't darker complexion. So I guess you could consider that a form of bullying. She's the only kid I had that ever came home complaining about anything. But I mean, rightfully so. That's something we had to address and talk to the teacher about that, stuff like that. But not too much. Hasn't happened too much because they also go to private school. So not too much action going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was growing up, I had a stint of bullying. I used to be a bully.
Did you?
Yeah. Was an asshole. And growing up, how I grew up is like school is your refuge. So when you psychologically analyze bullies, the reason why is because it's usually a turbulent house life, a home life, and they are acting out because they don't have another outlet. And so I used to bully this kid named Jeremy in early third grade. I used to bully just to fuck with him, and he was like super smart, super cool, but I was just an asshole. He was like a super bookworm, and he just read all these books, and I used to just fuck with him, and I had everybody else fuck with him, and then one day, um, I I was fucking with him a lot, and then he had enough, and then outside outside of school, we had some words, and he called my mom fat, and so I whooped his ass. And then my mom was picking me up from school. I used to live right down the street. She was picking me up from school, and she sees a fight with a bunch of kids, and I'm like whooping them, and then she yelling, "Get that! What are you doing? Get off him!" And then so we walking home. She's like, why are you fighting?" I was like, "He called you fat." She's like, "Am I fat?" I was like, "No." I was like, "No, shit, why do you care?" And then we went to the whole thing, and I felt really bad afterwards. I had to talk with my parents, and then because I bullied him, he was getting bullied by other people.
Mm.
And then, so a couple, like a month or two after, I started just to have conversations with him, and he was a really cool cat. And I was just, in a bad place as a young kid, and we got really cool. And then people started trying to bully him because I set that precedent. And then I started to stick up for him, and we had words with other people. I was like, "Leave him alone," that type thing. We became really cool friends, and nobody fucked with him anymore. So I had a short bully arc.
That is that's an interesting way to like wrap it up. Full circle.
Yeah, it happened fast though, because like my dad, he ain't play that shit. Like he wasn't gonna let me be a bully. But at school, I was, I wanted to be Billy Badass.
Mm-hmm. So I guess what would be the difference between being a bully and being an asshole?
I guess there's like a Venn diagram.
Yeah, I think all bullies are assholes, but not all assholes are bullies.
Yeah, I would provoke him for no reason. He wouldn't do anything to me.
Yeah.
Like that would be a bully and an asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm not like that. I could have been a bad. Shout out to my people for writing that ship.
Shout out. That's good parenting.
It is.
All right, you guys want to talk a little bit about greetings?
There's nothing more I want to talk about than greeting.
Okay. What's your go-to, Arian?
Shannon, what's up?
What's up?
Poppin'.
You meet a stranger. You meet a stranger on the street. So somebody introduces you.
Okay.
You're like, "Hey, Arian, this is my friend Jim. Jim, this is Arian." What do you do?
It depends on the context. So the context matters. Is this a formal meeting? Do I know the person? Is this a fan interaction? Like all that, I take all that into consideration.
It's a friend of a friend at a restaurant.
So it's one of my friends.
A friend of your friends who you haven't met.
Okay, so if it's one of my people, it's the guards are down. It's a little bit more relaxed. Like I don't got a code switch. What's up, dog? How you doing? Nice to meet you. We're good. Aaron. Oop.
Physical greeting, though.
Physical greeting. You go for the handshake.
If it's a friend of a friend, it's a dap with the half hug and a slap on the back.
Okay. All right.
Regardless of race.
No. Well, if it's a friend of a friend, more often than not, yes, regardless of race. Like if you one of my people's people, it's family, yeah.
Okay.
But more often than not, when you meet somebody, that it's more formal. It's more formal. Like, yeah, I think it's more formal if I don't know you like that, and you not of. I don't know. It's like a culture thing.
So, Arian, since you weren't here on Tuesday's show, I'll explain to you why we started talking about this. It's because
I figured there was a reason.
Yeah, there's a reason. It's because
Yeah.
I met Kurt Cignetti, the coach of Indiana, the best college football coach in the country, and former James Madison University head coach as well. Got to meet him, interviewed him at Big Ten Media Day, shook his hand, very, very limp handshake. And
Limp?
yeah, very extremely, absolutely no rigidity to it, whatever. Just put the fingers into the palm, no palm whatsoever.
Well, hold on. He it was like this.
He didn't go top down. It was.
That's what you just did.
It was
That's
kind. I was
crazy.
trying to demonstrate. It was just fingers, no palm. It was a little bit top, but a little bit to the side. It was
Okay.
just no care put into it at all. Just boom. Here's the hand, completely limp. I'm talking, just soft. It creeps me. It gives
Flaccid,
me
you'd say.
very flaccid, extremely.
Well,
flaccid.
I mean, when you meet a lady and you're like, aside from kissing them,
Yeah.
the hand, that's just the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet
Yeah.
you. And the old days, though, you know what I mean? Kiss the hand.
Mhm.
Does it feel like that?
Did it feel like I was shaking a woman's hand? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
No, it just felt like I was shaking like grabbing a dead fish. It felt like I was grabbing a trout.
Dead fish have you grabbed?
One or two. But the point is, it was shocking. And I don't say this, I'm not trying to bully Kurt Cignetti.
You have brought it up 6 times.
Because it was it was interesting to me, because it was shocking. I did not expect the best football coach in the country to have a handshake like that. You're taught growing up, here's how you be a man. Got to look somebody in the eye, firm handshake. And he just didn't have time for any of that, which it's been confirmed by a lot of other people that have met him, that have worked with him. It's just kind of his thing. And Saban apparently has a limp handshake as well. And so I was thinking to myself that maybe it's just he only cares about football. Everything else is nonsense to him, so he doesn't have time. A handshake's meaningless. But we were talking about how people are taught to shake hands growing up, why that became a greeting that was established over the course of the years, and what, if anything, it means. And the earliest physical greeting that I could find was just opening your hand when you saw somebody else, dating back to thousands and thousands of years ago, just showing that you had an open hand, meaning that you didn't have a weapon or anything
you
like that.
don't want to kill me.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then I think from that point, through a couple other steps, it became you shake hands, and it's a way of saying hello while also establishing that you're not holding a weapon in that hand. But yeah, I was curious to know if you had any interactions with people with handshakes that surprised you, or anything like that. Because there was an episode of King of the Hill where Hank Hill met George W. Bush. He was about to vote for him, had a limp handshake, and was like, I can't vote for this man anymore. But I didn't know if you had anything like that, a weird, maybe awkward physical interaction with somebody.
Two opposite ends of the spectrum. The firmest handshake grip I've ever had was Adrian Peterson. Bro, it was just why, bro? What's hi?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. You're strong, fam. I get it.
There's a joke in there. I'm not gonna make it, but
Okay.
No, make it. Stand on too.
No. He just you can't.
All right, so he's super strong.
Mhm.
And so when I met him, it was just I was like, God damn, fam, what's the why? You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't imagine putting that much energy into shaking somebody's hand.
Yeah.
Or Tuesday or whatever. I thought it was funny. And the opposite end of that spectrum, I've told this one before, but it was Drake. I shook Drake's hand, and it was very you could tell manual labor was not in his past. It's very, or he sleeps with lotion gloves or some shit like that. It's very, very manicured, very polished, no calluses.
Huh.
Yeah, and so I've had two opposite ends of the spectrum.
So with Drake, when you met him, what occasion was it where you guys both went in for a handshake? And you didn't.
It was twice. I was in one of his videos.
Whoa, wait! It's the first time hearing of this.
Yeah, what video was that? It's with him and Bun B. I can't even think of how it goes, but it's him and Bun B. It was shot in some club in Houston in the daytime, actually, and one of the homies was in that circle, I think a Bun circle, and they was like, "Yo, pull up." We just pulled up. I didn't have nothing to do that day, and I was like, "Yo, you trying to be in the video?" I was like, "Yeah, it's whatever." Just 2009 or 10 or something like that, and they just get this hero shot of 4 tough black dudes standing.
Mhm.
And just through that process, I just met him, said what's up. The other one was we was at a battle rap event in New York. I want to say like 11 or 12. And we saw each other again, said what's up. Shook each other's hand. But
And same handshake?
same handshake. I didn't think the manual labor would up after the stardom.
Yeah, that's weird. That's really strange.
Yeah, I mean maybe it's changes then. I don't know. You know, he got mob ties now. So
Were you taught like really grip that thing?
I've never like my dad never. That was never a thing in my household. It was like when you shake a man's hand, look him in. That was never a thing. Like if you're talking to somebody, he was like look him in the eye. But as far as like shaking somebody's hand and trying to like assert any kind of physical, machismo, was just never. I don't know. I don't look at it anyway. Like when I shake Adrian Peterson's hand, I'm like, yo, that's a man's man. When I shake Drake hands, I'm like, yo, that's not how you shake a man's hand. It didn't. There's no correlation in my book.
Right.
I don't know.
I've heard from a few people that Adrian Peterson has just a handshake that will absolutely crush you, and he's got big ass hands too, right?
It's egregious, dog. I'm not gonna lie. It's. I mean, when I first met him, I was in the league.
Yeah.
So, we probably bench around the same weight, dog. Like, there's no reason to do this to me. Why are you trying to control me? Why are you trying to dominate me?
It's a
dog?
show of strength. You remember it 15 years later.
And then what?
You just remember that's a powerful man.
And then what? What do I do with this information?
You tell it on a podcast.
Yeah.
Now to this very day, the
Executed, I guess.
word is being spread far and wide that Adrian Peterson has a man's handshake. It's all going according to plan.
Yeah, that was a goal. He did that shit.
And conversely, you remember Drake's poor handshake as you remember Coach Signetti's.
Yep, that's true. Although I still have endless respect for Coach Signet. That's the thing. Is like I'm more fascinated by the fact that he does not care about a handshake and he's still like a great football coach, even though everything that you're told growing up, usually by football coaches, is like demonstrate strength at all times.
I guess you're right, because now I'm thinking about it. When you shake somebody's hand and it's strong, I just correlated to you could probably fight.
Yeah.
That's how like, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily strong, it's the viscosity on the surface. Like how rough is it? Like either like yo, you work, or like you know what I'm saying? You can handle yours. That's I guess you're right. Yeah, because I shook Drake's hand and my immediate thought was like he probably never really like boxed like that, or got into, you know what I'm saying? And maybe he did. I don't know. I have no clue. But that was my initial thought. Like, oh, he probably just no manual labor.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's like a sign. Maybe in olden times, if you had the softest handshake, that was the opposite, where people were like, that dude's a provider. Like how if you used to be fat, it meant that you could afford a lot of food.
This the one thing I don't understand about the evolutionary process. Male pattern baldness. Like, how is that beneficial? Because if you had, like, when peacocks spread their wings, it's to attract the opposite sex.
Yeah.
I would think the more head of hair would be more attractive to women.
I would think so too. But a lot of species, it's like the women are expected. The women are the ones that look pretty and beautiful. Opposite in birds. Birds are different. It's like the colorful ones, those are always the dudes. They got that shit on.
Got you. They a little more swank.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so when it comes to the handshake, so there were some Roman coins that had Roman soldiers with their like hands intertwined on it. That might not be a handshake though. Some people say that the Quakers, not to brag, but yeah, brag, we did it again. The Quakers might have invented the handshake with a hand clasp to be an alternative to tipping your hat or bowing, because if you bowed, that was a sign of deference and almost acknowledging you are above me. Whereas if you both clasp hands, that is how true equals will greet one another. So shout out to the Quakers. Great job. The Victorian shake was supposed to be firm but not super strong. There was an 1877 guide on handshakes that said a gentleman who rudely presses the hand offered him in salutation or too violently shakes it ought never to have an opportunity to repeat his offense.
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he has a strong handshake too. Oh, I seen that shit. He be
Yeah,
trying to
he
pull.
yanks
Mhm.
people
He
in.
trying, yeah, that type shit. That'll make me want to partake in that. Fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Like if I'm shaking Trump's hand, which I never would, but if I was shaking his hand, I'm pulling them in.
Yeah, but
We gonna
you
see.
know going in, like he's got you in your head. You know you've got to put on a show.
Yeah, and I will. I would. I mean, he's 80 years old. He ain't gonna outshake me.
Did you see that approach shot he had the other day?
That was smooth.
Spin was ridiculous.
He can golf, dog. He can afford to, but he can get it in.
And Big T, you know me. I don't consider myself to have TDS.
Okay.
Was that video? Was there a frame missing in that video?
I didn't watch it close enough.
Where the
A
ball?
frame missing?
Yeah, where the ball just stopped.
Well, yeah, he spun the shit out of
And
it.
don't get me wrong. I mean, the man shot a 70 in a true 70, not a net 70. He shot.
See, I do be.
He shot 10
I'm watching
strokes
it again.
under his age, which is impressive.
I'd be skeptical about the scores for sure.
I think that one's clean. You don't think he shot a 70?
Listen, I'm under the tutelage of my two big golf homies, Clyde Drexler,
Yep.
Reggie Barclay. They're my dudes, and they the ones that taught me to play real golf. And so before I was shooting I've said this before, but I'm shooting in the 80s. I'm thinking I'm shooting in the 80s, and I play with them. Nah, dog, ain't no gimmies. Nah, that ain't the rule right there. You got to drop from here. Nah, there ain't no breakfast balls. Nah, you got all of that shit. So when people be saying they scores, I'm skeptical. I play with people who are like, yeah, I'm a 5, or I'm a scratch. And then you play with them, and you're like, scores look a little high for what you said, doggy.
Mhm.
He's Barry Bonds. He cheats, but he's also pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair.
He's not as good as Barry
Barry
Bonds was
Bonds.
at baseball,
I
but
was about to say,
No,
I understand
but
the analogy, but
like for his age, he's very good at golf, but he also cheats.
I
Yep.
would agree with that. Yeah.
Yep.
I like that assessment. Yeah.
By the way, I'm watching that video back. There's a weird skip in it,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look like it necessarily alters the flight of the ball. But if you look, there is a little, watch right here.
Yeah.
There's a little hitch.
It makes it appear that it stops more suddenly.
Yeah.
Now, it's a great shot, and it does have a lot of spin on it, and it stops there anyways. But the fact that it was missing, I don't think that Trump went up to that person that filmed it on their camera and was like, hey, can you delete 2 frames right here? Wait, was that? Did you shoot that in 30 FPS or is that 60? Okay, then just take one out. It'll make it look like, I don't think that happened. But it does make it look like that thing was on a string, just pulled tight.
Unrelated but related. The best little nipper I've ever seen like that, Rory McIlroy in the last Ryder Cup. Oh my God! You want to talk about a sexy golf shot, dog?
Mm-hmm.
It had the European players like, hey, yo, when you have a professional golf players,
Yeah.
with the LeBron in the back of the whip face,
Yeah.
man, yo, crazy.
Now, when it comes to handshakes, I don't think there's anyone that does it as good as golfers. The golfer caddy celebration handshake high five. I don't know how. There's only 2 possible.
Fuck it up. What you mean?
Yeah, there's only 2 possible things that you can do. You can either go for the high five, or you can go for the handshake, or you can go for the fist bump. So I guess there's 3 things.
There's another one. Let me introduce the low. I don't even know what the low.
The down low, the low angle hand, the low angle high five, the low 5.
Hit him, with the low 5 with the. We don't quite connect all the way. It's just a nice little pop.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But golfers, for some reason, when the choice is really, are we doing a high five or are we doing a fist bump, and it's the golfer and the caddy, you do have 2 choices. So it would stand to reason that, Big T, what would the odds be on you picking the same thing? 1 out of 3?
Picking the same thing of what?
If you and I were blindfolded, we go 1, 2, 3, and the options are either high five or fist bump.
I mean, the theoretical probability would be 25% because you would have each person has a 50% chance of picking one or the other.
Okay, so it's only a quarter of the time. would we decide on the same thing?
Or no,
It's
it'd be 50.
is it 50? Because like we could both decide on fist bump, or we could both decide on high five.
Wouldn't it be 33%? Am I bugging?
That's my original thought was 33%.
I'm lost now. There are two
ladies,
options.
we need some rescuing.
Break
What
it
do you-
down again.
What do you know about probability?
Not much.
This is the dumb. This
Okay,
is the
I-
saddest.
Podcast producer.
This is
There-
the saddest possible. Okay, Mad Dog. If Big T and I are on a golf course,
It's
Big T hits a shot that doesn't hit a woman in the vagina.
Totally.
So we're celebrating.
most of them don't.
So we're celebrating.
The overwhelming majority. They never
Yeah.
tell you about those.
They don't. So we're celebrating a big accomplishment. I go up to Big T. We're either going to go fist bump or we're going to go high five. We both know those are the only two options. But we start going in at the same time and we make our choice. What are the odds that we pick the same one?
It's 50 because it does. The order doesn't matter. So if there's the fist bump is A, high five is B, right?
Yeah.
It could go AA,
Mhm.
AB,
Yep.
BB, or BA. But the AB and BA are
The same.
it doesn't matter
Mhm.
because
So
it's
it's-
just
yeah,
the
so
outcome.
it's
So it's 50%.
So it's 50%.
That sounds.
Yes,
right.
regardless of which one I choose,
Mhm.
there's a 50% chance that you pick the same.
Correct. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
That's a great way to look at it. Somehow, even though it's 50%, golfers and caddies never get it right to celebrate. They never do. It's always the fist with the hand that goes all the way over it.
I still think it's 33%.
Okay.
Where are you getting 33 from?
There's 3 options.
Where's the third?
Wait, he said there was 3 options. There's not 3 options?
No, it's just a handshake or fist bump.
Oh, no, initially I said handshake, high five, fist bump, but
Oh,
really,
okay.
really to celebrate, it's high five or fist bump.
Oh, then that's 50%.
Yeah, 50% you choose the same one, regardless of whatever one that is. And
Yeah.
and the golfer caddy never gets it right. Aaron, do you know when the
Tiger used to fuck that shit up all the time.
him and Bones? Yeah.
I don't remember. Was Bones the first dude, the walrus looking?
No, that was Fluff.
Fluff, Bones, and then the main one was Steve.
Steve from New Zealand. Yeah.
Steve.
Steve. Yeah, they used to fuck it up big time. And then they would go for like round 2. If they'd mess up the first one, they go back for a second one sometimes. You know when the first fist bump was?
Oh yeah. 1786. Everybody knows this.
1786.
Oh yeah.
Who was that?
I don't fucking know. Who knows the first fist bump, bro? What the fuck?
So, I mean, there are people that claim it.
Is it Dr.
No
J?
shot.
Some people claim it. Yeah, for sure.
The first fist bump?
Yeah, it goes back to the 70s.
I thought it would. They wasn't fist bumping before the 70s.
No, Fred Carter. He was he
Okay.
played in the NBA for 8 seasons. They called him Mad Dog, actually. He said that he said, I don't claim fatherhood, but I was one of the first guys in the 70s to do it.
Yeah, I can't call it. Yeah,
Stan
I wasn't-
Musial apparently may have a claim in the 60s. He apparently didn't like germs and did it as an alternative to shaking hands.
I've heard that, yeah. I've heard that Stan Musial might have invented the fist bump. I've also heard that Dusty Baker invented the high five.
That's what I'm thinking of, was Dusty Baker and the high five.
Yeah. Have you heard that, Aaron?
I have not heard that.
So Dusty Baker, longtime MLB manager, played in Major League Baseball for a long time. You probably know him as being the Giants manager when like Barry Bonds was on the team.
Mhm.
He claims that he invented the high five.
I don't know. You can't verify that.
He has the
Yeah.
date. He says it was October 2nd, 1977.
And what
Is he
happened
alive?
on that date?
Dusty Baker hit his 30th home run of the season, making the Dodgers the first team in Major League Baseball history to have 4 players hit 30 or more home runs. As Baker trotted toward home plate, teammate Glenn Burke was waiting with his hand raised high in the air. Baker reacted on instinct, reached up and slapped Burke's palm. If you've got a date, then
Yeah,
I feel that lends more legitimacy.
I would agree with that. If you have an occasion.
I find it hard to believe that human beings existing for hundreds of thousands of years in communal capacity have never reached up and slapped each other's hands.
I would imagine it
I
had
find that shit hard to
happened,
believe, though.
but it wasn't the high five,
And who knows, were they celebrating something? And when it happened,
So
like
he just named it.
I don't know.
like when they connected on it, they knew that they had something. They're like, that was awesome. What was that? Let's do it again. What a good way to celebrate something.
What about the butt slap?
Oh, the butt
The
slap.
positive, the positive butt slap.
That's probably, I think that would probably be invented in baseball too.
Yeah, that's a big baseball.
Yeah, it's made its way across other sports, but I think baseball is like seems to be ground zero for a lot. You have a lot of time just sitting around in baseball to think of new ways to touch your friends. You got the high five, you got the fist bump, and the butt slap, all invented by one sport.
And they've all
slapped the
got
ref's
crazy
butt once.
handshakes now. And
Oh yeah, to me that is a very underrated, funny part about the trade deadline, is when you send a guy to a different team, and then all of a sudden, like 2 days later, he's got individual handshakes with everybody else in that dugout, in the clubhouse, just ready to go.
Breaking news.
Yep.
I don't know if you already saw this, PFT.
Oh no.
Stefon Diggs is a Washington Commander.
Let's go, Cardi B. Come to practice, girl.
No, they're broken up.
They're broken up.
Yeah, but she'll be back.
Yeah.
She'll be back.
That's bad. That's bad for the locker room, I think.
Yeah, locker
Why?
room cancer.
Bad guy.
Bad guy.
Who amongst us hasn't
Sorry. I'll let you
jacked
go.
off in front of your friend
Totally.
while you were driving them home?
Totally. But yeah, Stefon Diggs.
Allegedly.
Welcome to DC.
I mean, he's good. And listen, maybe part of this is at least he's not Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
This might set Brandon Ayuk off.
I thought he was staying with the 49ers.
No, Ayuk doesn't have a team.
didn't he just buy an apartment in
Yes.
D.C.?
He bought a house in Northern Virginia.
Yeah.
He bought a house in Loudoun County.
I think you have to let him on the team if he buys a house.
That's what he thinks. He might live in my mom's neighborhood.
He might.
I mean, she doesn't live in a house, but Brandon Ayuk might be moving into my mom's
House.
retirement community.
What happens if Brandon Ayuk and your mom are next door neighbors?
I choose not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble.
If I speak, big trouble. And I do not want to be in big trouble.
He thinks that he's on the team. He got in his head that he is going to reunite with Jaden Daniels and everything's going to be great, but the 49ers are like, we don't have to release you or trade you. You still are employed by us, and then you just decided not to do any rehab, and you've been acting crazy. So, no, we're not going to just, like, give you a release and let you sign wherever you want. And then he's just like, well, watch me. I'm going to buy a house in Loudoun County, Virginia. And I think it was a $10 million house, which is crazy. Big T, look up, what's Brandon Ayuk's lifetime earning? If I were to guess, I would say with signing bonuses, maybe $20 million.
I was going to say 30.
It's just top of my head. I don't know what his signing bonus was on his big contract that he got.
$60 million.
Oh, he's earned $60 million?
That's what it says.
Okay, that's more than I thought it was. Still, if you've earned $60 million,
Hey, PFT, I don't know if you know this. They take taxes out.
I was about to break that down. It's actually not $60 million
Right.
because athletes have these things called taxes that they have to
Specifically
pay.
athletes, yeah.
And if you play a lot of your games in California, then you have to pay more taxes than some other places. So really, even though they're rich, they're not really rich. But anyways, are you $60 million? If that's your lifetime earning, just like willy-nilly buying a house in Loudoun County, Virginia for $10 million, that's a crazy thing to do. A place where you do not live or work. I wouldn't, no disrespect to Ashburn, not exactly like a vacation destination either. What are you going to do? Like maybe he's a big fan of the Air and Space Museum.
So he's netted 25 over the course of his career.
If he's made 60, I would say probably more like 30, like gone home with 30. Yeah, 30 to 33.
See, that's the thing I never understood was like those multi-million-dollar houses. I mean, do what you want with your money, but I just never saw the value in it. Like, not the value, because I guess property can be tied to that. But that's a lot of house, dog. Like, I have a pretty modest home. It's like 5 bedrooms. It's like 650, 700, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It
That
did,
makes
it
me
didn't
sick,
cut that much
actually.
into the net worth.
You just made Big T sick.
Why?
You have a 5-bedroom house in Texas for $650.
I mean, yeah, Texas is by far one of the best places to buy
Yeah,
houses in there,
that's
but
disgusting.
a lot of property taxes, shit like that. But the thing is, like, I just don't see I don't see the need if you like a athlete, or especially with a short stint of money making years, to buy them like $1 million homes, like $10 million house, dog. It's just too much house. By the time you get kids and shit, like, I don't know. I got a cool size house. I don't even go upstairs. I don't have any business upstairs. All my shit is down here. And as soon as my kid's out, I'm downgrading. I'm selling this bitch and moving into a shack or some shit. I don't need that. I don't this constant need for like all of this shit is, I never understood it. Never understood it.
Yeah.
But to each
I'm
his
with
own.
you.
I don't know.
I mean, we're talking to the guy that didn't know what a bonus room was.
That's true. Yep. Very true.
Honest, are you talking about the pantry?
No, you don't remember we had this conversation about a bonus room?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
You sure it was me?
I'm pretty sure. Because you knew what it was, right?
Are you talking about the room, the nice room?
We had a conversation on the show about bonus rooms. I forget which one of you didn't know what it was. It seems like both of you might not.
No, because
I don't think we did though.
I think
I don't think
I might just call it
Do you
a different term than you call it.
Do you remember this conversation?
Yeah, but I think I might call it a different name than you call it.
Was I there? I was here?
I think.
So describe the bonus room.
A bonus room is just a room in your house that it could be a man cave. It could be yeah.
Yeah, for me growing up, there were a lot of houses I would go over to that had like a second nicer living room.
That would be a bonus room.
Yeah. The second nice living room that was never used, but it was always like abnormally clean and formal.
Because it was never used.
I would
It was never used.
actually
Like,
say it's the opposite.
less
in my
comfortable
experience.
furniture. That's the room that you go into, like if your parents have to have a serious conversation with you. That's the only time it's used.
See, I would typically ascribe a bonus room being like there's a TV that the dad goes in and watches games, but then it's also like the kids' playroom, so there's stuff all over the floor.
Okay.
I could be misremembering, but I don't remember this shit.
I thought we
it
had
could be
this
a bit.
discussion because PFT and I mentioned a bonus room and you didn't know what it was, and I feel like we had this conversation.
Yeah,
I could be
still don't.
misremembering.
Yeah, it could be me too. I don't.
An
I don't
extra
remember.
finished space in a house that does not have a strict single purpose.
Okay.
Might be more of a thing in the South, maybe.
Yeah, I mean we have bonus. I had rooms that were not like labeled.
I would say that.
Actually, no, I didn't in my house.
That's typically a bonus room.
Put my friends in. I had a living room, family room, kitchen.
What's the difference between the living room and family room? I feel like those are the same.
My living room was like a place with couches that it also had like the big table in it.
Okay.
And then the family room used to be a garage, but we put carpeting down and finished it out, and then that was like the TV room. Had
Interesting.
the comfortable couch, the dad chair, the TV, the computer was in there. Living room, couch, love seat, dining room table. Then kitchen, hallway, bedrooms. No bonus room. But I did have friends that had the bonus room. It was just more often than not like a formal living space, formal living room. That was
Interesting.
unused. Big waste space, yeah.
Yeah, in my experience, the bonus room is more of a junk drawer of rooms, if you will.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the ketchup packets,
Yes.
the plastic
Pens.
utensils, yeah. The things drawer, the
Yeah.
stuff drawer.
A wrench.
Yeah, good way to look at it. Batteries.
Yeah.
How did we get there? Oh, we were talking about Brandon
Brandon
Ayuk's
Ayuk
house.
house.
Buying a $10 million house is absolutely insane for somebody that has made $30 million in take home over the course of his career.
Supposed to be what? Double your yearly salary is what you can spend on a house?
I guess that's what
That was the old. I mean, it's probably more now.
That's what they tell you. But buying a $10 million house in a place that you do not live or work because you would aspire to work there one day for an organization that is legally not allowed to make you a job offer, it would not be the best financial advice that you could ever give anybody.
For sure.
So yeah, Stefon Diggs, good player. Really good season last year. Great wide receiver. Cardi B, you know you want it. Get back together with him. See you at the games, girl. More handshakes. So the fist bump, yeah, it was invented in the 1970s, either by Stan Musial or by NBA players. We're not sure which one. And then everyone talked about it in 2008 because Obama gave Michelle a fist bump. And then somebody called it a terrorist fist bump. I forget who it was. That was like a week's worth of outrage.
It's on Fox. It was
Yeah.
on Fox.
Yeah, that's the nation longs for stupid controversies to pretend to care about again.
Trying to find who said that.
With the famous
E.D. Hill. It's an
Key and
unfortunate
Peele
name.
sketch.
E.D. Hill was the guy's name.
That's his name. During a June 5th, 2008 segment on Fox News.
Terrorist fist bump.
He said, quote, a fist bump, a pound, a terrorist fist jab.
Terrorist fist jab. Okay. Why'd we go there?
I don't know.
Arian, are you familiar
why.
with the history behind the DAP?
No, but here we go.
All right. Hey, I mean,
Yeah,
you might find this to be fascinating because I did.
And I'm curious as to
The DAP was invented by black service members in Vietnam.
Okay.
So it was the hand and body together, non-verbally, being like, "I'm with you, you're with me."
I see. I'm calling cap on this too.
Okay.
So you mean that there was no DAPs before the Vietnam War? No.
Yeah, the DAP Up was invented by black soldiers in Vietnam. It was an acronym, not to sound like a lawyer to recently partially exonerated young thug, but it stood for dignity and pride. I'm serious.
Get the fuck out
I'm
of here.
serious. You can look this up. It was a dignity and pride black power acronym.
Like
This one sounds the most plausible. Like, this sounds more
Not-
likely than the high five it being invented in the 70s.
color me skeptical, dog.
How long do you think people have been dapping?
I don't know, but I just find like my dad was around. He was born in 1960.
Mhm.
I know if I call him right now,
Call him.
he's going. Okay.
Vietnam was the 60s.
It was the 60s. Call him. See if he remembers the DAP.
I'm positive they was dapping in the Roaring 20s.
No chance.
You dap in the Roaring 20s, you get thrown in jail. They'll run you
I'm
out of
gonna call
town
him
for
right
that.
I'm gonna call him. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yo, Pop.
what up, man?
Hey, man, I'm on a podcast and you're on the podcast right now.
Oh, snap.
All right. I got a question that I'm just highly skeptical of these Caucasian claims.
Oh, come on.
Not us. We're not
Yeah, I'm
saying
not
it.
saying it.
The claim is that the DAP, when you dap a nigga up, when you dap, that was invented in the Vietnam War by black soldiers. And I was like, I just find that, I could be wrong, but I just find it highly skeptical that niggas wasn't dapping before the Vietnam War. I want to get your take because you was on the earth before me and you knew niggas before your OGs or your pops. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your understanding of the DAP?
I mean, ending of it is, I mean, first off, you're saying it was by brothers in the Vietnam War, right?
That what they said.
And the brothers that were in the Vietnam War were in the streets in Los Angeles and Chicago and Detroit and most of the inner cities, and they carried that with them when they went to the war.
That was my logic behind it, where I was like, it
Yeah,
didn't start in the war. It had to be before that.
Yeah, we carried that with us in the streets. Hell, if you want to be frank, if you want me to be frank, my dad was doing that with my uncle.
That was more along my logic of thinking. I appreciate the validation. I'm gonna holler at you soon.
Yeah.
All right, Pop.
All right.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, there's no way they just started in the Vietnam War.
Listen, the National Museum of African American History and Culture says it started in Vietnam. If you want to take it up with them,
I would love to.
I don't want to.
My granddad was born in 1927.
I don't want to doubt
He
the lived experience of your father, but also Ebony Magazine claims that it was developed in Vietnam. Now, I think there's probably some truth that's somewhere in the middle, where it's like there were certain elements of this that was happening in black communities in the United States, and then in Vietnam, it became a way for black soldiers to bond and communicate with each other and be like, hey, we're in the same boat. We've been through the same things. And they took that overseas, and it became more of a locked in cultural phenomenon than it had been before. And it meant maybe a little extra when they were doing it over there, because they were going through the same things back home when it came to civil rights. And then they were shipped overseas fighting in a war that people hated. So it probably became more unifying over there. That's when it became like a thing. Whereas before it was like more casual. That's my guess. But Big T's right.
that could be.
National Museum of African American History and Culture and Ebony Magazine, both of them. The big two.
the two foremost sources.
And Wikipedia. Wikipedia does say it originated among black soldiers during the Vietnam War.
Hey, I could be wrong. It just don't sound
But it sounds like
the first.
your father has a different. I think we're both right. How about that?
I don't know. I find it skeptical that just randomly started in the. You know what I'm saying? Cats has been doing that shit for years, probably.
Right.
But I don't know. Who knows? I wasn't there.
I don't think there was one soldier in Vietnam that like saw another black soldier and was like, "Hey, I got this idea." All right.
You want to invent the DAP?
Yeah, sit down. After dinner
Was it
tonight, I got something I want to run
Hey,
by you.
Do you have dignity, my brother? Do you have pride? Well, then let me introduce you to the DAP.
You ever combined them?
This ain't for them. This is for us, dog.
All right, then you go to Snap on the way out. I think the Snap is going to be what's really going to make it special for us, because white
Now,
people,
see, the
white
Snap,
people
you could
won't be able to
you
do
could
this.
convince me. You could convince me that the Snap was a little bit more recent.
Yeah.
That I'm talking 70s, 80s, 90s, even probably 80s, 70s, and 80s, where you with the that you could convince me that was a little bit more recent.
I
But
think-
DAP, I'm not sold on.
I feel like they started doing the DAP. It was in Vietnam, and then some of the white soldiers were like, "Hey, look what they're doing. That's pretty cool." And then they started to do it, and then the black guys that invented it were like, "We got to make this a little bit more complicated.
You gotta have some rhythm to it.
We're gonna do the synchronized pop. You gotta have the pop, and then there's gonna be a snap at the end, and they'll never be able to get it."
The DAP project says it originated in Vietnam. So if we can't trust them, I don't know.
The DAP project?
Yeah.
So,
They share
another thing when I was
stories that
growing up-
connect us through exhibits, oral histories, photography, and community programs, documenting and celebrating the narratives that shape black culture.
Who's on the board of the DAP project?
I'll see if I can get that for you.
I need to know. Another one while he's looking it up. This is probably good, but like where I was in Albuquerque, it was just the Mexicans. The Mexicans would like they would do the handshake and then the fist pound.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would be the shake with the pound that was specifically Mexicans, and we call it like the third part.
Okay.
And so when you would dap somebody else up, they would pound, and they'd be like, "Why are you doing the third part?" It was a very, very culturally distinct thing, especially in San Diego as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they called it a DAP too. Like we're simultaneously different cultures
Pound. They
inventing
would pound.
a DAP.
I think it was like a pound. Yeah, I think it was like a pound.
What about the salute? What do you guys know about the
Like
salute?
The mile high salute.
That was
That was when I was
military
first-
too, right? Because their hands
That
were
was my
dirty.
first introduction.
They think it was Roman times. So if a citizen wanted to see a public official, they had to approach with his right hand raised to show he didn't have a weapon.
Feels like that's what most of these started as.
Yeah, were people just approaching each other and stabbing them?
I think
a
so.
lot back in the day.
I think so.
where you had to have like a "We come in peace" body language. The Roman salute was another one. We don't have to get into that one.
Yeah, because getting away with murder back then was probably easy as fuck too. You'd be like, you killed so and so, like, nah.
Prove it.
And like, I mean, he said nah, y'all.
Yeah. Damn it.
Thought I had him.
I can't crack this guy. In 1820, the salute was modified to touching your hat, and that was something that was incorporated by the military. So it was for a while a tip of the hat in the military, and then they were like, "Hey, we're spending a lot of time taking our hats off and putting them back on. Just all you have to do is just touch your hat, and that'll be good."
So the tip of the cat. So, cause I thought that was like a form of respect, like respect.
Exactly. So, but in the military, it's like, hey, we don't have to actually take our hats off, and sometimes we're not going to be wearing hats. So if you just like take your hand up and touch your hat or where your hat would be, that counts as tipping your hat.
Got you.
Okay. The air kiss, that's popular in France, Italy, Spain, Belgium, Portugal, Latin America, Ukraine, and French Canada.
Hate this one.
You don't like the air kiss?
Don't like it.
You would rather do
Is
a kiss on the cheek?
Well, I think it's just mostly the cultures it's associated with are not my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, so I was talking to Big T last week. Big T's got a thing against Quebec.
Canada?
Yeah, I'm not a French Canada guy. I've been all across Canada. I love most of it.
Why? What's the qualm?
They're just they're not the best.
You have any reasons, or you just
yeah, but it's a whole thing. They're very well. I mean, it's a strong European influence.
Yes, very much.
I mean, obviously, it's in the name,
Very much.
and then they've got some stuff over there that I'm not a fan of.
So I was trying to explain to Big T that Quebec is a fun city that he would probably enjoy going to, and then he was like, "Name one thing."
You said Montreal. You said Montreal's so fun, and I said, "Tell me what they have." And you said they have restaurants, they have clubs.
Wait. I said they have really good food there. They've got good.
We don't have that in America.
They've got well, I mean, okay. What's so great about going to Nashville?
I wouldn't say there's a ton.
Okay.
Every time people ask me, I say, do you like getting drunk? There's a lot to do for that. Otherwise, not a ton to do there.
I mean, there's only certain things that make cities great, but they're awesome. Like good food.
I agree.
Right? Good food in Montreal. I told him the hockey arena there, the Bell Center.
Another thing that we have here.
Big T, it is completely different. I've never been to the Nashville Predators arena. I'm sure it's lovely. But the Bell Center in Montreal is a special place.
I believe going to a hockey game there would be fun.
It is
I
a
don't
different
disagree.
experience. It's like saying I've gone to a lot of Robert Morris football games growing up. I don't need to go see Neyland Stadium.
Very different sports and atmospheres that are far more similar in professional hockey. Regardless, you just named things that like aren't remarkably unique, and that's fine.
Okay, great food. They've got a very fun hockey team, very fun arena to go to. To me, that would be like two main reasons why you would ever want to go to a city.
Yeah, it's you didn't do an incredible job selling.
You can walk around everywhere. Very walkable
Walkable cities are amazing.
Yeah.
We have those.
One
in particular.
No, we don't.
We have
where?
New York.
Yeah.
We have one.
I wouldn't say walkable as
I've been
much
there,
as it
it's
is
fine.
like you can walk there. It's subwayable.
You can walk the entire length of Manhattan if you want to.
Yeah, if you got enough time. I'm saying that like you can get around Montreal on foot.
I'm sure Montreal's great.
Yes, great city.
I've been all across Canada. I've seen way more Canada than you have.
That's probably true.
I've seen the Spance.
Yeah, you've definitely seen more of Canada than I have.
Yeah,
I've only
way
been
more.
I've been to Vancouver and Montreal. I think that's it.
I've been to Toronto. I've been to Hamilton, Ontario.
Yeah.
I've been to Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. I've been to Calgary. I've been to Winnipeg.
Yeah, you've seen real Canada.
I've seen a lot.
Yeah. Now I think French Canada is a unique place, and I like going to like unique places. There's nowhere else on earth like Montreal.
That's probably true. Winnipeg, don't go to Winnipeg.
Okay.
You'd probably love it. I mean, based on just what I hear, you love everywhere.
They got jets there.
It's the worst city I've ever been to.
Okay, go on.
Well, we were there in late November, so there was a foot of snow on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The entire
I fuck with that.
the entire downtown area was desolate. You would have thought you weren't allowed to be outside. The Jets arena actually is like so small that you don't even realize it's the arena unless you look at the name on the side of it. It just looks like a brick building.
Okay.
You wouldn't even know that that's where a professional hockey team plays. There's like one bar in the like main downtown area that also has like a tiny little room about the size of this studio that doubles as a casino in it.
Okay.
It's just a very weird city. It's not. It was not a fun place to spend a day.
So the Jets, their home arena, it seats 15,000. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's not big.
That's not big at all. And they've got what appears to be wait, is this an F-16 or an F-18 as their logo for the Jets?
I put a plane article in a group chat and you didn't say anything.
That's right. Yeah, I forget what I was doing. I was recording something at the time that you sent that over, so I apologize for not getting back. It's like the future of the British Air Force, right? The plane that they're co-developing with some other European countries.
I don't know. I was looking for your breakdown of it. The UK is building a fighter jet with Japan and Italy. An aviation expert explains why it could be important.
Okay, my breakdown of that is looks like the UK is putting out other options as leverage so they don't lock themselves into buying whatever next generation that the United States is selling.
Okay.
They're like, we'll build our own with Japan and Italy. That way, when you come out with the F-47 or whatever, we don't have to spend $10 billion with you guys because we might have our own. I think it's a leverage ploy. Basically, they're all trying to do the same thing, which is make a stealthy aircraft that has like little drones that the aircraft controls.
Yeah, looks like you're correct. The most advanced fighter jets in the world are known as fifth generation. Tempest will be classed as a sixth generation fighter jet. China and Russia have fifth generation aircraft and are working. And I mean, is there even a need for this shit? Like, how many? There's no like air fights, right? Like, it's just like it's a flex. It's a country flex, right? We don't have Top Gun fights in the air, do we?
Not anymore. You haven't had a dog fight in a long time. What you do have is, I think we talked about it on this show, was when like India and Pakistan fired missiles at each other from like 80 miles away. And whoever has the best ability to do that, then that person controls the air. And then whoever controls the air can also send in their own bombers to drop bombs on other countries. That's what it's all about.
Gotta love humans, man.
I know.
Gotta love them.
Like, it's not just, if we're at war, say we're at war with Canada, and we're not just sending our planes up into the air, they send theirs up into the air, and they just shoot at each other until one side wins, and then all the planes go home, and we're like, yep, we beat them. Great win for the United States, killing all those other airplanes. We'd be trying to send our bombers over into Canada to destroy their cities, and then they would send their planes up in the air to shoot down our bombers, so we would send more planes up to try to shoot down the planes that are shooting down our bombers. And if you can do that, then you can win a war. Okay, back to salutes.
Hang on. Something has just come across my desk, totally unrelated, that has to be shared.
Okay.
Did you know that Gatorade was not the first electrolyte drink created by a school? They were like fifth.
No.
LSU created Bengal Punch in 1958. Florida State had Seminole Firewater in 1962.
You got to make sure you spell that correctly.
Seminole Firewater?
Yeah, if it's Seminal, that would mean something completely different.
Okay.
I mean, like,
sure.
It tastes like this person had gonorrhea.
Sure. Nebraska had Huskerade in 1964, and then Gatorade came along in 1965.
Wait, Huskerade predates Gatorade?
Yes.
So the Florida just had a better marketing team, or
I guess
did that Florida team just dominate?
I don't know. But Gatorade was a copycat.
Wow. This changes everything. That's why I drink Body Armor.
Yeah,
No one else has developed water.
it's true.
They were the first.
Yeah, that came across my desk.
All right, so Huskerade was the first, or it was before Gatorade, and then Seminole Firewater was when?
Before that, 62. It seems Bengal Punch from LSU was the first in
Okay.
1958.
They should do a better job of claiming that.
So this is a quick search on Google. It said Huskerade did not officially predate Gatorade, though it exists in college football lore as an anecdotal precursor. Gatorade was formulated in 1965. They said other concoctions like Florida State's Seminole Firewater and Rutgers Sport Aid existed around or before Gatorade's creation as a DIY salt and sugar water mixers. So it looks like Huskerade may be more of a myth, but there were other ones.
Yeah.
Seminole Firewater.
That could be
Sport Aid.
that could be a good episode. Inventions that weren't actually the first of their thing to come along,
Yeah.
but somehow
Yeah,
They claimed it.
Edison was Edison. I remember the other episode you were saying Edison wasn't the first.
there was another guy that was racing to do it at the same time, and I think may have actually done it, but Edison had more documented evidence of what he was doing, is how I remember it. Don't quote me on that.
There's an interesting with Einstein's theory of relativity. He was racing a guy who was a mathematician about the geometry of the general theory of relativity, and who saw his. So I think Einstein did it at like a conference or something like that. He like showed what could be the possibility of reality, and he there was a mathematician who saw it and was like, this is fascinating, I'm gonna work on this. And then Einstein had to like develop it and fortify it before that dude. And this was all during the war too. It's a very fascinating story.
It seems there are several guys who may have created incandescent bulbs before Edison. We should do this next week.
Okay. That sounds good.
Inventions that weren't actually inventions.
That somebody else claimed, yeah.
Yeah.
There's, in Tibet, you say hello by sticking out your tongue. There was a king back in the 8th century named Lang Dharma. He killed his brother, and then he arrested a bunch of the monks, killed a bunch of the Buddhist monks. He eventually got assassinated, but he was known for having a black tongue. So monks, when they met each other, they would stick their tongues out to show that they were not a reincarnation of Lang Dharma, the evil king that murdered all the monks. And in Tibet, they still do that, which might be why the Dalai Lama had that one little oopsie. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah, big tongue guy. And then in Greenland, they sniff faces to say hello. Also in the South
I remember
Pacific.
the first time my first baby mom, she's from Germany, and the first time I met her mother, I said hi, and she reached in to kiss both sides of my cheek, and I heard of it before, but I was like, oh, this is weird. I never had participated in it before. It was wild, but you get used to it.
Yeah, it's I always wondered, do they know which side to go to, or certain countries that you go to?
I think it's left to right, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know if
It's been a while since.
So let's see here. I actually have this answer, I think. In France, the number of kisses depends on what region of France. So one on each cheek is the standard, but you're kissing next to it. In Argentina, Chile, Peru, Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, you just do one air kiss. And then in Spain, Portugal, Paraguay, Italy, and Quebec, you do 2. In Russia, you do 3. In Ukraine, you do 3. That's like Ray Lewis.
Each side or total?
Total. It's like Ray Lewis.
Nice.
I took 2 knees for Jesus. Like, you just do one more. You amp it up. Some countries start with the left cheek, others start with the right. In all air kiss countries, women kiss women, and most of them men air kiss the women, but men kissing men is less common. In southern France, southern Italy, and Argentina, men air kiss the other men. So I guess it just really depends on what region of what country you're in. If you go left side or right side first, that'd be very confusing.
It would be.
All right. Well, hey, Aaron, did you learn anything today?
Yep.
Dignity and pride.
Dignity and pride, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go have me a ball, giving some dignity and pride to my brothers.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Pass it along.
I learned some stuff today. I thought it was interesting, and then next week I like that topic, Big T. Inventions that were invented before they were invented. Somebody stealing an invention. All right. Anything else we want to get to today? Welcome to the Washington Commanders, Stefon Diggs. Let me know if you need anything. Cardi, same goes for you, girl. Love you guys.
Goodbye.